running around chasing you. Cause I got better things to do. Chasing somebody who loves me too. Loves me too, loves me too, loves me too close. Now I know. 'Cause you did everything to prove me wrong. You were not the guy I thought. Now I'm beating you what you own. What you own. What you own. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you own. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you own. What you own. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you own. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You meant to keep still if you're going to keep still.
I can't stop blinking.
You're the worst person in the world, but for not being able to keep. What's wrong with you? Is it just like something that's? Why can't you keep still?
I've been this way my whole life. My mom and dad used to yell at me, "Will you ever keep still?" No. But you know what? I look at it like this.
Hang on, can everybody hear Christina?
Is there an everybody or even people here?
There's a fuck ton of them in here. Oh no, shouldn't swear. Sorry, doesn't go down well with the brand.
Yeah, we don't want to ruin our brand. What is this brand? Do we have a brand?
Ed's live. Yes, we can hear Christina. Thank whoever it is that lives up there. So we've got you, Techie. Hello, Johnny. Hello, Charlie. Midnight Madness.
Hello, Johnny. You know what, Johnny? I want to let you know something.
Just cut me fucking off mid-sentence there. Just okay, carry on.
Why should today be any different than the other day? Johnny, you
7.
make very good videos, like super good. And if you're not at like, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers by next year at this time, I will be utterly shocked because your content is like spot on, professional, good stuff. I want to know, Johnny, where did you come from before you started doing Tube Techie? You had to have been doing something in video or something beforehand because
I'm just gonna go out on the limb.
Together.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say his mother's womb.
Well, I'm saying that he had to have gotten some experience from somewhere prior to the YouTube universe.
I think Johnny's just like he's a one-man algorithm. He just knows.
Maybe he's a YouTube plant.
He just knows. He's just dead. I like listening to Johnny. It's weird because I always listen to Johnny on it's like early hours Saturday morning when I'm on the way home from work. His video always drops at like 4 a.m. UK time, so we always get to drive home with Johnny. Which is nice.
Ooh, that should be his new podcast.
Driving home with Johnny.
Yeah, driving home with Johnny.
Do you know in the UK we call condoms Johnnies?
Oh, I've heard them called Jimmys before, but not Johnnies.
No, we call them Johnnies. I'm just saying.
And I didn't know that. So let me tell you a funny story. So when I was a kid, when we got sprinkles on a ice cream, we called them Jimmys. And I was dating this guy, and I went out to ice cream with him and his dad and his mom, and we went out there. And he's like, "Well, what do you want on your?" His dad turns around and says, "What do you want on your ice cream?" And I said, "I want chocolate Jimmys on them." And the guy next to me was like, my boyfriend at the time was like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, the little chocolate sprinkles."
Does it not worry you when you look back on the ice cream van and the fella's like this? I'm going as fast as I can.
They knew exactly what I was talking about, but for some reason in this area, that meant condoms. I didn't know that.
I mean, we used to call them spongies as well. I don't know where that.
Josephine says, "Fun fact of the day."
It's just one of them things. So who we've got? We've got Johnny. We've got Matt RPM next to us. We've got 3D Plastic Fantasy. We've got Josephine Desmet.
And we have Patty Broussard.
And we've also got no one. I've just completely read a name there that didn't exist in the chat whatsoever.
Who is that?
I don't know. I was just seeing a name and then I looked back and it wasn't there. It was like a wraith. It was just... Anyway. It's been a while since we've been live, hasn't it? It's been like since VidSummit. We all come back from VidSummit and the same as last year. Loads of people come back from VidSummit and loads of people said, I'm gonna fucking... And I'm gonna... And, 1% of them fucking done anything. I'm glad to say you have. I have. Yep. Beanie's got his shit into order. Mm-hmm. Paul Peck's.
He's cranking him out anyway. He's always cranking him out.
Fucking arsehole.
Nothing's stopping Paul Peck drywall.
Oh, new stickers, by the way. Neil got new stickers.
Aren't those sexy?
Aren't they pretty?
Those are very pretty.
Limited
Impressive.
edition Beanie Draws stickers. I mean, they're not really limited because I can order as many as I want, but it's just limited edition sounds. Have you ever wondered when people put limited edition on things and they never sell out of them, but hundreds of thousands of people buy this, but it's a limited edition thing, but they never run out of stock. It's a fucking lie, I'm telling you.
Well, all I know is that I have limited edition stickers. And
You
I will
have-
never
you have
print them
what?
Again. I have limited edition stickers.
You have which?
Am I saying it incorrectly?
Say again.
No.
Go on, one more time.
No, because I feel like you're doing something and I
No,
don't want
I'm-
to do it. No, I'm not saying nothing.
Go on.
Mm-mm.
Go on, just tell me.
Nope, not doing it. Nope. I'm not your circus monkey. Nope, not going to do it.
Limited.
So I get stickers that are only for a short period of time. And I don't print other ones.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you do.
I don't. There's some that I do not print.
The Chuck ones.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, the Chuck ones. So you've got this big thing, because I know you're all like, you just put a video on it, say you're like 5,000. No, it's not 5,000. Nothing.
No,
is
it's
it?
not at 5,000, but I did put it. So I had a meeting. I'm telling you, right before Vid Summit, and before I went to Vid Summit, Mr. J.R. Leave said, "Do a video about this, and it should blow up." And I was like, "Okay." So I put the video out before Vid Summit, and it gets, within the first 48 hours, a whopping 65 views. And I said to myself, "This man is full of shit." So we're at Vid Summit. I'm like, "Oh, I got a few more views on that video," and they're like, "Oh, okay." By the time that Neil gets back to my house, I look and I went, "I've gained 500 subscribers overnight," and I'm like, "Holy shit! That video has over 6,000 views." Could not believe it. Could not believe it. And it just kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. I think it's at like 72,000 views or something like
The funny thing about that video was, it was like every day, it was like, let's guess the amount it's gone up by.
I know.
And it was like in the thousands.
It was crazy to me. Never seen anything like it. So of course, what do you do when you have a video like that? You gotta do another video like that, And so I'm like, I don't know how to talk about manufactured homes again, but I do know somebody that probably would like to talk about manufactured homes, and that's someone that sells manufactured homes. So I did an interview with him, and I have to tell you, I had a terrible thing happen. When I get there, he's like, first he says, "I'm not going to do this interview with you," and I was like, and then we talked some more, and then he agreed to do the interview. And then I go to set up my camera. I made sure that I had a fresh SD card. I made sure that my batteries were all charged up. I had an extra battery in my pocket for my camera. I get there and the SD card would not record. It would not record. And I'm like, shit, I know I only had limited time with this guy because I know he's not going to do this later on. So I pull out my new iPhone. I got a new iPhone for my birthday, which was last Tuesday. And when I pulled it out, sure enough, I mean, it recorded. The audio was a little low. And you helped me, boost up the audio on that, which wasn't that big of a deal.
It wasn't that bad, to be fair.
Yeah, and I was able to remove the background noise. You couldn't hear any of that, hardly any of it. There's a couple spots, but not bad at all. All the background noise was gone, and that was it. The clarity looks just as good as the DSLR camera.
Yeah, it is nice. It just looks crisp.
Oh, super crisp. I was highly impressed. That new iPhone Pro is the bomb diggity bomb.
I'm talking about super crisp. Ooh, shit, what have I done?
Oh, look, Chris Conkle Vlogs is here. Oh, I'm sorry, Construction Cronies. You'll always be Chris Conkle Vlogs to me. Sorry, Mr. Conkle.
Good evening, Christopher. I used the GoPro today for literally
the new one?
the whole day. I took the Canon with me, but because the weather was just crap and it just wasn't good enough to be getting it out. So I thought, no, do you know what? I'm gonna give the GoPro. I don't even know what the audio sounds like on it, and nothing. I haven't got a clue. It was that cold where we were in Wales that I got 10 minutes flight time out the drone. Because it was cold and it was windy, so obviously the motors are working twice as hard to steady
balance.
What's all this?
Me? Am I doing that?
Like an eyebrow dance?
I did that? I didn't know I did that.
Yeah, so the drone footage.
I'm trying to do an eyebrow dance.
The drone footage. I only got 10 minutes of drone footage purely because the wind, and it was howling. The wind was just howling through Conway today. So I haven't looked at the drone footage. I've looked at the footage from the GoPro 8, and that is just phenomenal.
It looks so good.
Honestly,
when you were testing it here, I was like, that is so crisp. It looks so nice.
Honestly, God, it was.
I'm curious about the audio, though.
I'm very curious.
The GoPros notoriously have the shit audio.
Yeah. I'm very curious about the audio, but I didn't really do a great deal of talking when we were walking around the castle. I done little bits of talking, like, oh, this is, obviously where he fucked his sister because it felt good.
I love that part of it. Okay, so before, if anybody's watched Game of Thrones, Cersei Lannister has been beaten and tortured to death by a group of nuns, and she gets her revenge and is able to strap one of these. I guess she wasn't really a nun, but along those lines, she straps her down and she's telling her, like, she's pouring wine over her face and in her mouth. She's like, I drink wine because it feels good. And then she goes, I blah, blah, blah to my brother because it feels good. And she's dumping wine all over this woman's face. And the woman's like, ah! But she deserved it. That woman tortured Cersei Lannister.
She was horrible.
Beanie, I've missed you so.
Beanie's just come in and spoilt our twin screen we had going on there with our names and everything. But because it's Beanie, we don't mind because we love Beanie.
Aww.
What are you doing with that cap on there?
I realized the other day that I don't actually have to do my hair if I'm wearing a cap.
Mate, I look an absolute, just a knob in a cap. I mean, I look a knob anyway, but in a cap, I look a bigger knob. And it's like, when you have to do something with your hair, it's like, I just throw a cap on. It's just easy. It's just easy. It's like the last video I done, I literally woke up in the morning, I had a head like a box of frogs. And it was, I mean,
a box of frogs. I've heard you say that before. How many times have you ever seen a box of frogs?
But can you imagine how much of a mess a box of frogs is?
Yeah.
Like them all jumping up at the, it's just ridiculous.
I would think a bunch of rats would be more crazy.
It just doesn't sound as good as a head like a box of rats. It just doesn't sound appealing, does it? A head like a box of frogs. That sounds like intriguing. I mean, you've seen my hair in the morning. You've witnessed my hair. My hair in the morning, it gains. I don't know what it is. When I go to bed in the morning, of a night time, when I wake up in the morning, for some reason, my hair gains height. It goes curly, it gains height, and I look like one of the last Mohicans. It's just odd. We were talking about you before.
Yeah? All right.
Do you think your content could be knocked down for kids' content?
I was apparently some people have already gained their content already classified. Like, YouTube will automatically do it for you if you don't do it. So I just went through my content, and like some people have already had it happen. So like there's people complaining, but my content isn't for kids. I've looked through mine and nothing's been changed. It's all fine. What
are you gonna do if they do? I mean, and I personally, I thought before, okay, so kids content, right? It could be classed as drawn and drawn dinosaurs. You could get there's a 90% chance you could get hit with kids content, but mate, I've got this worked out. 100%, right? 100%. Every video you do, right? You start the video with, "Hey there, you fuckers. I'm fucking Beanie Draws. I'm going to draw you a cunt-ass picture. It's going to be fucking great. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, you little
Get
shitty
your
bastard.
hand out of your pants
Yeah.
and let's
And get your
go.
fucking pencils out.
Literally.
Like that, kind of like Philip DeFranco does. He's like, "Hello, you beautiful bastards! Welcome to Philip DeFranco." You know, immediately you know, not for kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
well, he
instantly.
sorted himself out from the beginning.
Instantly. I mean, because I've been watching, I've binge, and I mean, I have binge watched Aussie man reviews.
Yeah.
Because I just love him. I think he's fantastic. But I love the way he does his videos and goes, "Hey there, you bastards! This is me face." And I'm like, Beanie could do that. Beanie could just go like that. You know, I've taken a break from wanking, and I'm going to draw you something. This is going to be the shits. Instant.
So that's the thing. That's the thing now. Like, I want to be, kid friendly, but on the same token, do I want to be kid friendly anymore?
Well, being kid friendly costs you money. I mean,
I wasn't making a huge amount of money anyway.
yeah, no, but to make it, I just think it's fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous. If you are a kids channel, you now make no fucking money. So just instantly, just make a thing up.
And I was watching this other person's video, and it's not just like the monetization you got to worry about. You can't actually advertise. Like, if you can't advertise to kids, you can't sell merchandise to kids.
And so just hold on a minute while Christine's flexing.
I'm
yeah.
flexing because here's my gray line. That's where I normally
Yeah.
am at. This
Fuck
is the
you.
line. That
Fuck
is
you and your
amazing.
fuck you and your big numbers.
Kids,
I haven't had them on the last 3 videos, so give me a little applause there.
kids content all day long.
Remember back in the day when I was the one that used to do the flexing?
Oh, I know.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yes, how quickly they fall.
Yeah. I've literally just put a video out not only but 15 minutes ago. I'm going to check
Saw the
on.
notification for that.
Well, Christina's. We both put ours out within an hour of each other, didn't we?
Mine was I put mine out at 4:45, so that was almost 2 hours ago.
Well,
Well-
you put out 2 videos in the last week. I have to catch up on.
Mine
Me?
is.
Yeah, personally put out 2 videos.
I've had a whopping 7 views.
Oof.
Huh?
Oof. Hey, big spender.
I'm telling you, that's got all the hallmarks of going viral. That
Oh yeah.
it's just gaining traction.
Okay,
The
let me
FTC
just
gonna be-
express one thing to you, my friend.
Mm.
Took me 2 years to get to this point. two long, painful, a lot of content years.
Kathy Fitz just come in and apparently your butt hurts. Stop sticking things in it then.
I was gonna just say, if you quit putting stuff in it,
You
then
know
you
what I
wouldn't
mean?
have a problem.
Fucking shoplifters these days. Kathy just packing in. You know what I mean? You just send the fella out to work. Stop fucking stealing things out of shops and shoving them up your ass. It just cures. You don't need any
Hey,
cream. What?
Your clarity on this is amazing, by the way.
My clarity.
On your video,
What?
it looks awesome.
Oh,
Like,
do you know what? The annoying thing about that video I've just put out is, I thought to me, I was like, it's been raining. It's been pissing down rain for like a week, or since I got back from the States. It's just rained, just to piss me off even more. So I thought, I need to do a video. Like, what am I going to do? I knew what I wanted to do the video on, and it was like rain. I was like, right, that's it, fuck it. When I go into work, because I park in an underground car park, which is a private car park, there's nobody else in there at night time. I'll do the video in there. Not forgetting that there's in the background, there's like a generator or there's something that keeps kicking in. It's just like in the background. But when I look back on it, and I was like, wow, this looks kind of smart. I do actually change the colours through the video, and I do actually say I look like I've come from Chernobyl. I did actually say that. I also went red, and I did reference myself to a prostitute as well. But if you can't be you, who can you be?
Neil.
Exactly. Gone are the days where I'm going to sit here and
Be a
talk about
butthole.
cryptocurrency. I'm just an idiot. So what's I liked your last video, Bean. Video.
Thank you.
I did.
Yeah, it's not-
It was very unusual.
How so?
just the whole concept of it. I love the way, like, I was sitting there and I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, you clever little shit, aren't you? Like, coming up with the whole, when you were telling the whole story behind it, like the whole Jezza thing, like, you know, he wanted like traditional versus new drawings. I was like, that's, to think of that, that's pretty clever. So if I was wearing a hat right now, I would take it off for you, sir. We would not be dueling this evening.
Dueling.
Beanie actually said that to me the other day. He said, I miss you saying that. Apparently that was the only thing that I said at Midsummit. Sir, I will duel you in the courtyard.
I like snacks.
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 So we've not actually
Snacks.
we've not been on live and we haven't actually talked about a vid summit, have we?
No, I haven't.
No.
Or have we?
Yeah, we
I've already
did
got my
2 weeks
tickets for next
ago.
year.
Did we?
Yeah, because we were gonna call it the Vid Summit Hangover, and then you just threw up an email, thumbnail. And I
yeah.
had made a special thumbnail and everything
Yes.
for it, and you just was like you just blew it off and threw your own crap up there anyway.
Wow. You know, Beanie, I don't know if you've seen, but I'll show this again. Your drawing has now made it onto the sticker.
I know, it looks sexy, doesn't it?
They look nice, don't
I
they?
know, that's what I said. It
I'm
was very
going to, as it's so near to Christmas, and I'm now, for once in my life, I have friends that I would like to send Christmas cards to, not just people that I know. I'm going to stick them in Christmas cards.
Oh.
So everyone will get a Christmas card with this in, and one of you will get £1,000 Amazon voucher.
I smell bullshit.
Well, all I'm going to say is, whoever gets the Amazon voucher, right, is not allowed to tell anybody else. If they do, I'm cancelling it. But one of you is going to get £1,000 Amazon voucher, as long as you subscribe to my channel.
And on that day, Satan will be ice skating to work.
Why don't you believe me? Okay.
You say why do you or why don't you?
Why don't you? That's the 4th time you've put lipstick on in like the.
My lips are so chapped.
Well,
I was gonna make an inappropriate comment.
I was
but
going to say you've only got Eddie to blame for that. Was I just smithed?
that was a burn and a half.
Wow, I was just smithed by eyes then.
I could feel your face melting.
Mate,
there.
do you know what? I know Medusa was like a mythical creature, but right then I felt like I was turning to my insides just they dropped a few degrees then. Holy fuck. Whew.
You liked it.
Yeah, I didn't. That was a look I don't wish to recreate. That was horrible. And she calls us.
And she's got that face going, good, now don't do it again.
Yeah. Listen, you stupid little English boy, sit there and just be quiet.
I love you, Beanie.
I love you too.
I miss you. I miss the whole Vid Summit experience.
I was going to say, I'm in the room as well. You can miss me.
You know I miss you.
I miss Niels.
You know I do.
There's-
My kid is so funny. She's like, oh, I forget he has a family there. She goes, we should have Mr. Neil for Christmas. We should have Mr. Neil for Christmas. And I said, hey, babe, like he's got like family that lives in England that he kind of, oh yeah, I forget that he has a family.
I know. I totally agree. To be honest, I do. But you know, never
by
say
the way,
never.
Kathy Fitch should be a moderator as well. Just gonna put that in there.
Well, everyone's
Just
a moderator.
Yeah, we're like
Actually,
Pusa Studios. We make everybody a mod.
Actually, we should time Kathy out while she's not a moderator.
Don't do that. We only have 2 people in here.
You can't do it now. She's now got the
Blue wrench.
Yeah, the blue wrench of unjustification.
Yeah.
Bend the knee.
Ben, yeah, you've bent the knee. We're not.
Oh, Christian's there. Hello, Christian. Ready?
I don't really. I look at the chat sometimes. I actually got better at looking at the chat on these live streams because I just get so. Well, no, I'm looking at the chat today, but normally the conversation is normally better. But today I'm looking at the chat. I'm just look. There's the look again. This the fuck.
Do you remember that night when she just walked out and never returned? I remember that night.
You've done that. You've done it, haven't you? You've gone grave digging and you fucking found yourself a body there, haven't you? Look. Wow, and that was all because me. And she got infuriated, and I was like,
My feelings were hurt. That wasn't even anger. That was just pure like I wanted to go in my room and cry.
Oh.
"Did you?"
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It was just
Yeah.
See, that wouldn't happen now because you know me. You know that I speak, and then the moment I've spoken, that's when I think about speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, you really did know what a hot button topic that was, and it just kind of you just pushed it too far for me.
I think you were talking to Matt, weren't you? You were chatting with Matt, and then all of a sudden,
Nope.
no, Matt B was on, or you were talking to someone because I remember Matt B going like, "Oh, Neil, you're a cunt."
Neil, he wasn't even there. It
He
wasn't
was?
Even, he was no.
He was. Matt B was there.
All I know is that it was a discussion on who creates my content, and that's when Neil laid it on.
I didn't lay it on. I just said Eddie did it, and it was like a mere joke because it was like that was
No,
the
you
thing.
were like you went in full well, we all know that behind the scenes that the real master behind it all is Eddie, and he spends hours editing all this stuff just so Christina can have good content on her channel. Like you just kept going and going and going, and I was like kind of like looking in the camera like, please stop, please stop, please stop. Oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to hold it back. And I was like, I'm not crying on camera, so I let it go. I just had to go.
I really did open Pandora's box, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
We've gone down a route now that it can't be. It's getting uncomfortable.
Josephine. I love her.
Pushed it too hard.
Pushed it too hard.
Pushed it too hard.
You can never push it too hard.
Oh, you can, you know.
I love her.
You can. You
I
can.
love her.
I've known people to be sick after it if you push it too hard.
That is a true statement. That is a true statement. That can happen.
Anyway, back
yeah.
to what we were talking about. Well, Matt, I was definitely not there for this conversation. No, you were. I'm pretty sure you were, because I know Matt was giving shit out. He was giving me shit. He was, but anyway, let's move on from there.
Okay, so the whole reason I want to get on here tonight was to talk about one thing and one thing only.
Me.
And that is about your content doesn't relate to it, is it seems like YouTube's terms of service, I get a new email, I feel like I'm getting spammed by YouTube because they keep changing the terms of service every day. I get a new update.
Yeah,
and the newest one that's got everybody is the one about the kids' content.
I thought
they got two ones coming out.
I thought you were going to say it was about the one that if they don't find your content commercially viable, they're just going to fucking delete your channel.
Well, you know what? I think that's kind of like one of those this is how they get rid of bad actors, because you know how they love to use that's their favorite term, bad actors.
I also think it's a way of them going like we hold your balls, so just be
stay
nice.
in line.
Be nice, because
we are the Gestapo.
Yeah, one little squeeze and they're gone. I just think it's I think somebody in an office somewhere has come up with this crazy idea. I mean, we get it in bars. You decide to do things, and it's like we're all like, I mean, just completely off subject. One of the bars I work in now, they now do a picture right, which is a big jug of alcohol. And I don't know if you ever remember them. Do you remember the gumball machines?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a big round sphere with a leg, and you put your like 20 pence in or your dollar, and you got a gumball. They're shaped like that. They're the most. You're putting like 2 liters of alcohol in this ball, and that's on a stick. It's a fucking nightmare. So I think YouTube, someone just created it, and it's I don't know. So kids content, Christina, fire away.
Well, the whole thing is that when I originally was like, when all this came out, I'm like, I have nothing to worry about. I have a freaking real estate channel. What the hell do I have to worry about? Well, then I watched that video that, like, if you go in your creator studio, there has this video that talks about these rules, and it says, you know, if your video is about kids, I'm like, no, I'm not about kids. If your video it shows kids' toys, I'm like, no. If your video has children in it,
Oof.
or child actors in it, I'm like,
Oof.
oh, I've got videos with my kids in it. I'm like, shit. But then she was like, but if your channel's not related to it, click this button. But all the videos that have kids in it, make sure you go back through and make sure that you specify it's for children.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this a very non-child friendly thing. That's a load of bullshit, because how is just having your child in there, like, we're talking about real estate? Yeah, because, you know, kids really want to learn about real estate, don't they?
Well, here's the deal, though. I have a video that says what kids know about real estate. And
Yeah, I
it's
remember
literally
that.
my 2 girls sitting there talking about the things they know about real estate.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you
that's
think
not
if
for
you think
kids.
about it, everybody's content, unless you're doing something like wild, that's like over 18. Everybody's content could be classed as kids. Patty Broussard, that could be. I mean, she's doing Disney stuff now. Like, she's the last couple of videos, you like Disney stuff. That is 100% kids content.
Well, think about those people that have Disney channels. And then I was thinking
Yeah.
about all the people that have family vlogs. Like, they're not going to make one penny. One penny.
No, they're
off of
fucked as well.
YouTube. Yeah, and all I can think of is that, because they specifically said, we're turning off your comments, we're turning off your likes, we're turning off your ad revenue, we're turning off like the subscribe button. You will not be able to use cards, you will not be able to use
Ugh.
end screens. I'm like, then
Might as well
what's
delete
the
the channel.
goddamn point? You know, like,
Might as well delete the channel.
just forget it. You know, like, why are you even on YouTube then? If no one's going to be able to see it, you're suppressing
you
the
on the
content. You
internet?
can't even tell them to go watch another video. You know, like, what's the point? I'm like, how is this all gonna, like, I know that a lot of times when these things come out, people like have the you know, the sky is falling kind of syndrome. But I watched that video myself, and what I interpreted from that is, if you even breathe the word diaper, that's kids content. You better freaking mark it, or we're gonna delete it anyway. You know.
Josephine's just said this. Said there, isn't this all because of a girl tried to make a sassy ASMR video, which was discussed and exposed by SW. I think it was something to do with the US government, wasn't it? Like, coming in.
It has to do with the fact of there's laws here that protect children when it comes to advertising and commercials, and how you do certain commercials for kids. And since people were able to add their ads to it, not only that, kids don't understand when they're watching a video that sometimes that video is an advertisement. So for instance, like let's just say Jason's toy review. It's a kid that was given a toy from, let's just say, you know, ABC toy company, and he's been told to play with it and make sure he says something good, and he's like, this is the best toy ever. Of all my toys, this one's the greatest. So then the kid's sitting there going, hey mom, I want this toy from ABC Toy Factory. They don't understand that what they're watching is basically an infomercial. They have no idea. They're watching a kid play with a toy, and now they want it. They don't understand they're being manipulated to purchase it. So that is where the whole idea of this comes around, because there's all these channels that are directed specifically for children to target them, to sell them more crap. Because that's all that kids need is more crap.
I think
Here's a question. Because you've just mentioned toys, if we hadn't have sworn, that would have instantly made this live stream turn out to be like for kids. But because we've sworn, how does that work? Like,
Well, that's what I was
like-
saying to you. If you do content like your drawings, like, and you could technically say because you draw. I mean, let's look at the ratio on a scale of 1 to 100. You ask 100 kids and 100 adults, are they into dinosaurs? And this is no reflection. I'm not saying anything bad about your content or not, and I'm just saying more kids will go, oh, I love dinosaurs. You know, you'll get a lot of adults, but you'll get more kids saying a lot like dinosaurs. So if you started on the beginning of your video with like, here's my latest fucking video, you bastards, I hope you fucking enjoy it. that instantly, because you sworn in the video, would that instantly stop it from being kids content? And yeah, I know they all go, oh, you know, people don't want to advertise on people's videos who are swearing and things like that, mate. Aussie Man
That's
Reviews,
right.
he's earning a fuck ton of money, and he swears. He uses every recognizable swear word that is in the English, Australian, and any other speaking country's language. You know what I mean? There's millions of people out there who are swearing in the videos who are still getting ad revenue off YouTube.
Jacksepticeye and
But
Markiplier.
Sydney made a valid point. She said, well, when I told her about all this, she goes, then YouTube is dead. And I go, well, how do you mean? She goes, who's the number one demographic on freaking YouTube? And I'm like, I don't know, I guess kids. She goes, kids like from 13 to 22. And if they can't watch what they want to watch, then, you know, they're going to go other places. They're going to go to TikTok and everything. I said, and then once those, and then it will all happen to those platforms too. I said, this isn't exclusive to YouTube. They just were the first ones. They made an example out of them, you know?
Yeah, the FTC don't care.
Nope.
But, you know, you say, I mean, I look at the stuff that our James watches on YouTube. He's 14. Now, I look at the content that he watches. And it's not kids content. Yeah, some of it might be gaming, you know, but it's gaming. But every third word out of the mouth is fuck, shit, bugger, fuck. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not kids it's not for kids. I wouldn't, if he was like like 9 or 8, I'd be like, you get that off now. You're not watching it. You know what I mean? Because it's not kids content.
Yeah.
Or it's not child friendly content. I think
Yeah, I think that's what they were talking about. Like, it's not what kids like. It's if it's intended for kids. Like you're going, oh, we're going to be drawing Thomas the Tank Engine. That's for kids.
Also,
if I'm saying I'm drawing a dinosaur, it's like, you know.
Like if you had a craft channel, but it was specific for children, you know, like this is how we're going to glue 2 popsicle sticks together, and this is the color green. And I'm thinking about all those kids' channels. Like, I know people that are in other Discords with me that their channels are specifically about teaching kids colors and like it's all for like toddlers, and they've made a boat ton of money and spent a lot of time creating that kind of content for kids. What the hell are they gonna do?
see, if I was
flat out said they are not doing, like, they have had these people have like teams of drawers and everything else. That's it. This is
Game
it. They're
over.
done.
Yeah.
it is literally game over.
And as far as the FTC would just be like, stiff shit.
Hey John, Mr. You Do It is in the chat. The man with the biggest stickers at VidSummit.
He does. I think he was sticking those stickers everywhere, and I think they were going around pulling them off.
He's got massive stickers.
Yeah, careful.
He's a big dude, though. Like, I had no idea how tall he was. Everybody is so, like, big.
Yeah,
You know,
no,
they're-
we
they're all
had a
big people.
we had a conversation about this, and it's like you, me, and Beanie were like the fucking
Smallest
Vid
people.
Summit leprechauns.
Yeah.
I mean, there were people stepping over us.
Leprechauns.
Well, there was people smaller than even us, though.
Yeah, but they were children.
Who were they?
Who was small? There was. You're like this much bigger than me.
There was that one guy. He went with us
Affiliate marketing
to
dude.
Yeah, that Philly
Yeah,
marketing guy. He was small like us.
He wasn't small,
I
though, was he?
thought his shed was massive, but
You thought what?
because I watched a few of his videos and he's usually like hanging out in his backyard with his like sitting out in front of his
Just
sort of
realised what
garage
you
studio. What?
I've just realised what you said. I thought his shed was massive, but it's not. It's just that he's so fucking small. It looks
Marcus.
huge.
His name was Marcus.
Yeah, Marcus.
Yes.
Yeah, he's fucking hell. He makes me. I feel like a giant standing next to him. He's like there on me.
He seemed a normal size to me. He was like right at my eye level. I was good. It's a rare moment that I can actually see eye level with somebody.
He was smaller than you.
No, he wasn't.
He was
It's exactly the
He
same.
was.
He was smaller than you. I've got photos in. I've looked at them, and he's like, he's standing next to you, and he's like,
No way.
he's smaller than you. He is. He's under 5
I
foot.
rarely meet people that are smaller than me.
Yeah, he's from
Very
Middle Earth.
rarely. Me too.
No,
We're from the same
he's
clan, I think.
he's definitely smaller than you. But he was the only one really that was, I think, was right really small. I tell you what really freaked me out as well.
You do it, says Christina. You should have seen me in Japan. They were calling me Godzilla over there.
Good. That's good.
What was I going to say then? I was about to say something. I
I'm
can't.
5 foot. They want to know. I'm 5 foot.
What was it? Wow, I was about to say something. I mean, train of thought just completely went. But most of the people are tall.
Patty's smaller than me, apparently.
But you can sort of tell with Patty though.
Yeah, she does look like a little just dainty flower.
Yeah,
Just
Patty
a
does.
little,
Patty,
like a little Tinkerbell.
Yeah, she does look small.
Small but savage.
Kathy Fitt's only 5'2". I'm only 5'7". Beanie's only 5'7" and a quarter.
I like being short.
I couldn't get over how tall some of the people were though. Like Nick. Like Nick's like
Doug
ridiculous.
surprised me.
Doug's quite tall. Nick's tall as well.
And so is Brian G. Brian G is tall.
Yeah. Nick's,
But Nick is taller than Brian G, which
Yeah.
surprised me. I thought that Brian G was taller than Nick, and he's not.
But did you see the picture that Jeff Eatley put in the chat? And there was Mr. Beast, there was Daryl, and there was Brian G. Johnson. And fucking Mr. Beast is like a foot taller than Brian G. Johnson. And Brian G. Johnson, he's a whopper. You know what I mean? He's tall, that dude. But
I think Brian G. Johnson's at least 6 foot though.
I think Mr. Beast's about 11 foot tall.
Oh well, he's got to be like 6'7", 6'8". I
Yeah.
bet
Probably
he's a
about
tall
2
dude.
stories.
He's a big dude.
tall.
Yeah, he is ridiculously tall. So what's Beanie's plans? What have you got coming out next?
What is with that Dan Nimmin? Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, don't you get the Dan Nimmin thing?
Because
You weren't there. And,
no, you were. I think at the conversation we were talking about Dan Nimmin, I think a few people had taken these magic gummies, and they were present for the conversation, but they weren't actually there
Yeah.
during the conversation. Vidsummer basically put a tweet out while we were all sitting there saying, great presentation today by Nick and Dan Nimmin.
Yeah.
It was actually Vidsummer. Vidsummer tweeted out Nick and Dan Nimmin.
Yeah.
Hang on, Kathy's like, wait, what? Yes, there was a few creators, and I'm not mentioning no names, but a few creators got some edible
Supplements.
marijuana. There was a few. It was quite funny though. I mean, it was quite funny when we were sitting at a meal, and one of the gentlemen who'd I think he'd eaten a few more than he should have. He
He ate a half of a gummy. Half.
He was fucking vacant, and I mean, the lights were on, but no fucker was home. I've actually got a picture of it because it's on the same photo as I'm taking a picture of this, the elephant's leg that Doug was eating.
I know. Everybody's food was humongous.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you let me order for you because you would have been like, I'm not eating this.
Oh, I'd have been like,
I ate the entree size, and that was still massive.
Oh, it's so crazy. That was an insane amount of food. You took some home with you, didn't you?
yeah. Doug said that he ate it like he woke up in the middle of the night like a hamster. Went to his little box,
I'm a bit like that.
stuffed food, and then went back to bed. But yeah, Vigard made me laugh though because Vigard got the Vigard got, what did we get? Quesadillas. And
Yeah,
then,
we just got the quesadilla. That was it.
which was well enough. That was enough food for me.
Well, it's this bit, like, you know how a quesadilla is, it folds over and it's flat, but it's, you know, it's this big. So by the time, like, for me, that's plenty of food. And Neil's he's a snacker. He doesn't eat like a meal like normal people would like eat meals with like three different things. He grazes all day long on food.
I'm like
And
a
then when
cow.
yeah, and then when he gets the meal, he's like, I just only want a little bit. He doesn't really like chew, like mow down on a meal.
Yeah, I just don't do it. But then Vigard went and got the quesadillas that we got. But also on top of ordering the quesadillas, he ordered the fucking elephant's leg as well.
He did not know. I told him that, and he didn't believe me. I said, you if you order that, it's gonna be huge. He was like, oh, well, like a burrito, they're like this big. I'm like, no.
See, in
Here, they're this big.
they're like in Europe, they're like this big. A burrito is like, it'll be like that long and about the same size as I'd say a baguette, but like shorter, same thickness as a baguette. But I'm gonna find the photograph now because
Okay, this thing was this big around and this wide, and it was like full of rice and beans and meat and all this crazy stuff. And he puts it in front of him, and he's looking at it going, he turns to me, he goes, this is a lot of food.
so yeah,
It's
there's
like, who can eat all this?
there's Doug's.
I love the way that
So-
Vigard talks.
You know, he doesn't say a lot, but whenever he says something, it's important. I love Vigard very much. He was.
I mean,
He would message me and he'd be like, "Come down here, bitch."
Vigard got one after
Yeah.
the quesadillas, and I'm like, what the
Makes me understand
fuck?
at the same hotel.
No, that's a burrito.
That's a burrito as well. It was just ridiculous. It was
Have you got your
just
tickets for next year?
no. Don't be stupid.
Josephine, I
I
finally met
didn't
my
get
match. She put, Christina, this thing was this big and this long. I finally met somebody that's just as horrible as me. Do you do this in the D Niven and Nick Niven streams? Because I
She does
do
it
it.
all
I
the
always,
time.
I get so busted by D.
I mean,
Whenever I see
talking
stuff
to
in
those
there.
gummies.
I don't think he's gonna like that you ratted him out like that.
Don't think he'd be asked.
Okay.
I don't think he'll care.
I never said he took them.
One split second.
Is Charlie going? Oh, good night, Charlie.
Good night,
Matt
Charles.
left
Night,
too.
good
Good
night,
night,
Charlie.
Matt.
I would, you know what?
You're not in the right setting.
I was having a conversation with someone about LA the other day, and someone said to me, he said, I've never been there. I've always been told not to go there because it's really expensive and it's just like full on hustle and bustle. And I was like, no. Like LA was not that expensive.
Well, you know, we were smart though. Like that one night we all went to the grocery store, and like I don't eat a lot of breakfast, and so when I had my snacks, I didn't buy snacks at the freaking, you know, at that store there. I bought snacks at the grocery store, so that way when I was in my room, I could, you know, chow down on whatever I had. You know, I think we were pretty smart about it.
I just don't think it was. Sorry, I was just reading Josephine's message, and she Christina today asked someone, "Do you know what a Viagra pill looks like on the inside?" They said no, so I went, "So you take the whole one?" I used to take them to get high, you know.
Viagra to get
Yeah,
high?
I used to take 2 on a Saturday night in work
Why?
because it fucks with your blood pressure, doesn't it?
Were you like walking around with a stiffy?
P- sometimes.
How would you get high from that though?
Because the chemicals in it, obviously, they obviously do something to your blood pressure, and they make certain veins work better than others. So I don't know.
I still can't imagine they getting you high.
No, I got a buzz off it. I literally got a buzz off it, and then I remember my ex-wife catching me. She was like, "Why have you gone through 48 Viagra in like a month?" And I'm like, because I take them to get high and work. And she was like, really?
yeah, I would be too. I'd be like,
And do you know?
I smell bullshit.
Do you know?
I smell it.
Do you know?
All over the place.
Do you know when you stop and you go? You know, you've got a fucking read. That's a valid point. That's a valid point you've got there. And I was like, I honestly, you know, I've been taking them on a Saturday night, and she's like, okay, well, and I was like, have you not noticed, like, when I come in from work, like, Sunday morning, I'm like, it's like lying next to a fucking temple. And then she was like, yeah, possibly.
I thought that was just your normal state.
No.
Then he wants to show her school outfit.
See, my school outfit was like,
that's the stream. That's the stream demonetized.
Yeah,
Apparently,
oh, kids content.
Kids content.
Fuck
Can't
shit,
have you on
bastard.
Here. Gotta get
Fuck,
out.
fuck.
fuck off.
All swear quickly. I mean, can she come on and swear? Sydney's never swore.
Susan, he doesn't swear.
Is she not allowed to?
Do you like it though?
Yeah, they like it, baby. They do.
It wouldn't fit me, but
she, actually, the thing is that she's so scared. She thinks something's gonna happen if she swears. So, I gave, because her sister would swear if she could, and I gave Sydney. I said, she goes, "Oh, I'm 13 right now. What can I do?" I said, "You're allowed to say every single swear word in the book." She's like, "Every single one." I'm like, "Every single one," and she's sitting there and she's trying so hard to muster the strength to say a swear word. And she starts crying, and she goes, "I can't do it. I can't do it." I'm like, "I'm not asking you to. You can't swear."
No.
Aubrey was. I like it when you swear sometimes, and Aubrey just agrees with you. Yep, I was thinking the same.
Yep, that was it. That was exactly my thought process.
Because we were talking about a school teacher when we were, I think we were for breakfast. Me and Aubrey were for breakfast one day, and I was like, "Oh, she fucking sounds like a right bell end. She's a dickhead," and she was like, "Yeah, I totally agree. That's exactly what I was thinking." And it was just like she still wouldn't. What's it you got there?
Because she has respect for you.
What's that?
Like her friends will tell me that Aubrey swears like a sailor, and even Sydney tells me that Aubrey swears like a sailor, but she won't do it in front of adults. She has respect.
Do you think Sydney goes in the bedroom at night time when all the doors are closed and she gets under the pillow and she just like fuck bastard fuck? She practices.
Whatever. Hey, that's what I always tell them. Whenever they shut their door and go to bed, whatever happens in there, there's no reason for me to know any of it. I don't need to know.
That was another. Look at John there, who doesn't care to show a high level of respect. Cough, Neil.
Who was that comedian that he did like a whole skit on swear words?
I can't
George
know.
Carlin.
George Carlin, yeah.
All this is just making me think of that sketch George Carlin did of swearing.
It was
One of my favorites.
It was
of all
funny
time.
being at VidSummit and listening to people that you have never heard swear before. Just
Still never heard Doug swear. Never.
oh no, I never heard Doug swear.
Yeah. I
barely saw
stayed in a
Doug.
hotel and he didn't swear.
Doug was too busy watching Australian fucking TV shows.
Yep.
Hang on. I've got a question to ask you. Talking of Australian TV shows, an advert come on my television last night for Ramsey High.
Ramsey High.
Yeah, it's a spin-off to Neighbours.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense.
Well, you're Australian.
wouldn't watch it,
Do you not know
what's
about
that?
this? Is this not a thing?
Well, I don't usually watch free-to-air television. Like, Neighbours used to be on Channel 10 in Australia, and then it's when they went from when they went from like satellite aerials to like digital aerials, then they started on a new channel. I just
Doug's never heard of
bothered
it.
continuous watching it.
I wonder if just made it for the UK because all of us idiots watch it.
Could be. Yeah, you guys are obsessed with it.
Oh, that was pretty. I'm impressed. You may want to check yourself there.
I just don't need to check
I
myself.
don't
I
even
can
know if that was real.
smell it.
I thought it was just like
No, it was real. He has no shame.
okay.
I'll never forget walking behind him at Vid Summit, and I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, what died inside your body?" And I'm like right behind you, and you know I'm short, so it's like right there, you know, like it wafts right in my face.
With the airflow going up because it's hot. I mean, we were out in the van yesterday and we had chicken tikka masala.
R.I.P.
I don't know what it's done to my insides, but I woke up early hours of this morning and the fucking oxygen in the van was green. It was like the fog had set in. I was actually choking on my own internal fucking gas. It was terrible. But I did realise last night at -3 in the Welsh mountains that I need to fit a night heater in the van.
So it could be warm, smelly farts. That's even better. Nothing
Don't you
better
just-
than
don't you
nice,
just touch oven
warm,
yourself?
yeah, like warm, smelly farts. That's amazing.
Yes.
I feel so sorry for your girlfriend. She gets a medal. She gets a prize and a trophy for having
some
to have
people
to
have that
smell
fetish.
that all night long. Yeah, there are people that do that. We've talked about this before. Why
Which-
is that a thing?
Which
I don't know, but some people have a fetish for farts and all that kind of stuff.
How do we get on these subjects? So how does this happen?
I've just let one rip.
Chaos. We're trying to make sure that this is not directed towards children.
This is 100% not directed towards
No,
children.
yes.
I think we should start every stream with that phrase. I think that covers us, like right at the beginning.
This is not directly. This content is not for children because we hate the
In
little
any way,
bastards.
shape, or form whatsoever.
We hate them.
I couldn't bear having kids again.
That
I
like
couldn't-
when I was like 42 or 43, and I was late, and I was thinking, how late am I? And I look, and I'm like 6 weeks late, and I'm like, oh, if I'm pregnant right now, this is why people commit suicide.
Yeah.
This is it right here. This is the moment.
That's
like-
also a reason why fucking husbands leave things on stairs as well.
Yeah, like they go out for the grocery store and never come back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I get it. I was like totally mortified. And then it was like 3 days later, I was like, thank you.
Chris, no more kids. I'm surrounded. Mate, you're like a fucking rabbit.
Oh my God, he is a breeder,
It's
man.
just, it's Canadians.
poor
It's
wife.
like
cold.
fucking cold outside, eh? Should we have sex, eh? Yeah, let's go for it, eh? Come on, jump on this, eh? Well, kids, 6 months later, boom. I mean, they don't even have a 9-month pregnancy in fucking Canada. It's every 6 months, you just popping them out. He stores.
It's like all of his little kids are just little clones of him too. Like they're all little Chris's. You look at them, they're like, nope, that's Chris's. There's no doubt the DNA test is not necessary.
No, but
Just like
what
him.
makes me laugh with Chris's kids is you see one, you go, oh, isn't she lovely? Oh, and then the next stream, he just brings another one out. He just keeps bringing these fucking kids out.
I know.
Where,
I know.
where are they all? Why don't we see them all together? Is there not enough room in the fucking room for all? How many kids has Chris got? He's got like 6 kids, I think, or 5.
I think he's got like 6 kids. I think. I know he's got one that's like 20, and then he's got like little kids too.
Gosh, just oh man, 4. You've got more than 4.
You've got another one. I thought you at least had 5.
I hope he's not sitting here with his wife now and she's like, 6 kids. Where's the other 2? I don't get.
dare
See,
you forget that
Josephine,
young
I don't get embarrassed. I really don't. I just don't. I don't get embarrassed at all. I don't think.
If it like, do you know when I get embarrassed? If I know something on me stinks, like I stink, then I'm like, I need to go. Like I stink. I'm embarrassed by it.
Kathy secretly got 4 more.
Master the art of the ninja fart.
I'd never fart in a lift.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't because
I might have done that once.
no, I couldn't. If I farted in a lift, right, I would literally, because people would know it was me because I'd be standing there with this fucking huge smirk, and someone would only. I'd literally go into that much of a fit of laughter, I'd possibly shit myself.
Oh. I mean, the thing is that they're not silent. That you can hear the wet gooiness. Like it makes you question if he actually has probably a squirt in his pants.
Well, did you reckon?
And they're so stinky.
Did you say that every time you fart, a bit of poo comes out?
Oh, stop it!
Whether it be like a minute bit or it's. But they do say every time you fart, a bit of poo comes out.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's air coming from that particular area, which happens to make the poo process happen. So I assume that some molecules of feces would come out with your flatulence.
Our days.
Into, educational territory now. We've got to be careful.
But it's farting though, isn't it? It is. Our Daisy's the best. Our Daisy doesn't fart. She squeaks.
Oh, God.
No, it's more like it's like this little noise, and you're like, oh, was that you? And she just stands in and she's like, me?
Paul Peck said that women don't fart. I'm like, yeah, Paul Peck, they burp too. Women fart.
Hang on, you announce I've been talking to you many a time. You've gone, oh, I've just farted.
Oh, I know, I do it. Everybody farts. That's what I said. Every girl farts.
Yeah, farting's weird. I tell you what was.
But I don't take the microphone and do what you do, which is stick it up to my
and
butt
announce it.
I don't do that. That's what you do. You sit on it and have it come in through my speakers on loud.
I tell you what does baffle me as well. A frontal lady fart.
Oh, the queefing.
That really, because we all fart and we all fart the same, but women have this special skill.
We have a superpower.
It's just bizarre.
A special pocket, that extra pocket of air.
Have you ever farted in the bathroom when the bubbles get to the surface? It stinks.
But it's not the same smell. It smells completely different than a normal fart does. It's like pureed through the water. Why does that happen? Why do they not smell the same? Like they're like, it's been like sanitized.
The water washed away. It washed away the smell.
It's just weird. It's just. I need to get that stuff that you spray on that poopery.
That stuff works. That is amazing. And you know what? I'm one of those suckers that have a squatty potty in every single one of my rooms. They are
honest to God, them things are fucking stupid. Right, and I'm just going to say this.
I poop so good with that thing.
Hang on.
Potty.
I'm going to show you something now. And I may as well show it to the class as well. So we went
to the class.
Obviously, we went to the Welsh Hills the last 2 days. We had to see a castle. Right now, Welsh people are not known for being tall. They're all like my height, a bit small. They're a small breed of people. Now, this is where it gets fucking confusing. Right, this isn't kids' content. If you're easily offended, you won't see nothing but turn off now. I'm pretty guaranteed that every fucker in this chat room is sitting there like that. No, just give it to me. Give it to me.
Like,
let me see it.
The other stuff didn't offend people.
So I'll try and I'll try and show this the best I can. So this is the opposite to America, right? I was shocked. Right, hang on.
Come on, Neil, make it happen. 2019.
The Welsh are not known for being tall people. Nor am I. So why would you make toilets this tall?
Oh, okay.
His feet are dangling like a toddler.
I swear
You guys
blind.
want to see something funny? He's such a little person. This made me laugh. I mean, like, peed
couch.
myself laughing.
The couch.
I like every time I turn the corner and because he has this one spot on my couch.
I
that just
felt
sits
like a
on.
7-year-old on the toilet.
You should have felt like a 7-year-old on my couch.
I needed a squatty potty, but what I'm saying is, when I went to Christina's, their toilet's like 4 inches off the floor. Your toilets are the lowest toilets I've ever come across in my life. So you get in Christina's, right? And I swear blind, you need to do fucking yoga to use that squatty potty on the toilet because my knees would be up here. It was crazy. I had to move the thing out the way.
Look at his feet. They couldn't roll over. Like he's just sitting back. Doesn't that remind you of like a little toddler just sitting there eating his snacks?
It was a big couch.
I was like, every time I turned the corner, I was like crying, laughing because I just like he's just sitting there playing on his little computer. His little chubby feet were up in the air.
Hang on, why all of a sudden are these chubby feet?
Because they're like toddler feet. They're just not your toenails, your feet.
Are you chub shaming him?
I couldn't
No.
give a fuck. But I will say,
Nope.
Shaming his chub.
where my ankles are, they were literally hanging this much off the couch. There was I was flapping my feet on the couch. It was just ridiculous. But them toilets in Wales, I don't know what it is about them. They're just ridiculously tall. So I mean,
Tall people in Wales.
I just don't get it. I don't. American toilets are too low. Welsh
There's not
toilets.
too much water in them.
Welsh. That's weird. They flush really strange.
Yeah.
I couldn't get. I was like, why are these flushing weird? Why is
Mine's like sploosh.
honest to God, the first night in Christina's, and obviously I went and I had to go and fucking drop the kids off at the pool, and this thing was fucking hanging out the walls like Nessie. There was a point, and I was like,
Yeah.
this ain't going down. I'm gonna be wrestling with this. I'm gonna physically have to go in and manhandle it and break its neck. It was like a world record.
And he came out of the room. He was like, "Don't go in there. Don't go in there." But I have to tell you about this poop I just had. And he's telling us all about it. We're just sitting there going, "Wow, this English guy does not get out very much." Because like, he was so excited to describe the remnants of the gumbo that had expelled from his
Meal.
body.
I'll tell you now,
Have you heard of a website called Rate My Poo?
Oh my god.
mate.
Oh my god.
We do it all the time. Me and my group
He
of
has
friends,
a group of friends.
and we just send each other shit photos. And I don't mean shit photos that are like a bit crap or underexposed. I mean like actual shit photos. And then we rate. We try and guess on how much sleep they've had, what they've eaten this week, and things like that. And it's like,
What your dietary contents are
yeah,
like?
yeah. Because I was telling Christina that a while ago, I'd gone through this day where I'd eaten a load of sweet corn. I'd had like a load of corn on the cobs, right? And I was fucking as true as I sit here now. I actually shit out a brown corn on the cob. Because it was perfect. It was a perfect corn on the cob, but it was obviously not corn on the cob colour. So from then on, the friends in the group called me the Poonicorn.
Was that the bar to set?
It was just ridiculous. But I mean, some of them.
I just don't understand what it is with men and their feces. That my husband spends literally 45 minutes to an hour in the bathroom making his deposit. I don't understand this. And he's always done this because now he says, well, it's because I'm watching videos. I'm watching YouTube on there. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because when I hear the YouTube going, don't get me wrong. But from the time that I've known him, my mom used to tell me, go check on Eddie. I don't think he's okay. And I'm like, no, he's fine. He's just pooping. Because he spends so much time. Like, he's like, but you have to ease your body into it. You can't if you force it out, that's bad on your body. You have to let it like naturally come out. And I'm like,
But do you normally do that when you feel like, I'm going to shit myself now, I need to go to the toilet?
my whole thing is like, I go in there, like, I know when I have to go. I go in there, I do the job, I get it done. It's not like, this isn't, he makes it into a religion.
Yeah, no,
Like,
Josephine's got it right. It's a ritual.
I'm all for dropping the kids off at the pool and drowning them and gone.
Yeah.
I'm fucking...
Like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to hang out there. It stinks.
Yeah, I'm...
And I-
To
and
make sure that they're properly
You know it's
drowned.
bad when you can't even stand your own smell. Like, it's done.
Yeah, I'm
Get in there,
If I
do the
sit,
job,
if I
go.
sit on the toilet too long, my left leg goes numb to the
Yeah.
point where I'm like, I come out the toilet, and I'm like, it's like
My
it's just
third leg gets numb.
I don't think because it's dipping in the toilet.
That's the other thing about like the water levels of the American toilets. Like, your junk's always dangling in the water. Like, thinking about it.
Can't say I had that problem, to be honest.
Oh,
just-
poor Neil.
Just throwing it out there. I've got big legs, but I just now.
Okay, she's old enough to be on camera. Look at her. What did she do to her face?
She's
Did
mastered
you just shave your
eyebrows.
eyebrows, or did you
No,
put makeup on the eyebrows?
She put glue on them and then put makeup over them.
Right.
You look like that all the time. But it wouldn't look any different.
I've got a complaint.
What's that?
I thought we were doing my makeup when that's just fucking weird.
I know, it looks bizarre.
Do you know what she looks like?
Makeup.
Mr. Neil never met Emily. We never did his makeup. What else?
He needs to show up. He needs to come back.
Mommy, can I have a gummy bear?
Yes.
Where are
It's not
They're on the counter.
There's some nice chocolate in the cupboard there, you know. Try that.
They're in the bag on the counter in the kitchen.
Another
Not
thing.
those kind.
Another thing I noticed this week as well, right, on Twitter. Has anybody noticed anybody on Twitter that have shaved all the hair off and got rid of the beard?
Shaved all their hair off and got rid of the beard.
Yes.
Who's that? Oh
Is there
my
a
God.
controversy brewing?
Yeah, let me move this because my kids are fighting. I hate
I'm waiting for Josephine to pop in now.
Let's see. It's not one of the Nimmons, is it?
No.
That's
They
right,
never had.
They
Right.
got beards.
Right, hang on. Right. I'm gonna show you something now, and you gotta tell me who it is. You ready? I'm gonna show you them for 5 seconds.
Okay.
Oh. It's weird. I know who he is just by his eyes.
Do you want to go, Christina?
Is that the evil unicorn?
No.
Hybrid.
No way.
No,
Yep,
it's
hybrid.
not
Oh.
hybrid. It's not hybrid.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that Hard Knocks?
David Gibson?
Yes.
It makes him look younger.
I was like, oh my god, he doesn't look homeless.
Yeah, I think that's a good look for him.
By
He
then,
doesn't look young.
I was well shocked.
Yeah, I think that's a very good look for him.
That gentleman sounds like my YouTube friend from Birkenhead. I am not from Birkenhead. I'm an actual Scouser. Stereo
He actually
spaceman.
looks like he's 20 years younger too.
But welcome to the stream. You're not going to learn anything from it here, but we are doing
Nope.
channel grading because nobody else is doing it.
You missed a whole fantastic conversation about pooping and farts and all sorts of stuff. We're supposed to be talking about YouTube, but that's about literally 1%
Yeah,
of
and
the stream.
if anybody does want to chat, if anyone does want a channel grade,
Yeah, do you want a channel? Yeah, go ahead and give me a channel grade.
Me
You wanna
and-
go
me
ahead
and-
and pull up my channel and give me.
Pull up your channel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Give me a grade.
Gotta
I was
stretch
a C
myself out.
plus. I was a C plus on the social blade, and now I'm back to a C.
I don't even know if we can.
How do I go up in subscribers, up in views, and then I go down in a grade for a social blade?
Hang on. I can.
He looks like he's 19 now. I can't get over how young he looks now.
That's a good look for him. He needed
Yeah.
that.
Hell yeah.
I can actually do this as well. Like live. Let me find your channel. Here we go.
That happened 6 days ago. Shows you how much I pay attention.
Oh, I'm back to a C plus on the old social blade. Thank you, social blade.
I'm sorry, I'd gone to the actual YouTubes.
Oh, good. You can go do whatever you want. You can give me a
Okay. That's right. You don't share your screen. So I'm just seeing everything that you're pointing at 30 seconds after the fact.
I don't know whether I don't know whether I don't know if I share my screen, will it actually mess up the stream?
I don't know.
That's the question. That's why
Maybe
you
I
need to do
should- we
test streams.
Maybe I should share my screen.
Hang on, let me. No, that's not gonna work, is it?
If I share my screen?
No, I was thinking no, I can't, because it won't show the actual channel. The only way of showing the channel is actually by me pulling it up on the actual website. I wonder how vidIQ do it.
I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna try it. Can you see my screen now?
I can see your screen.
We can
So
see.
will show up on the chat though.
We can see your screen, and your screen is the only thing that's on the actual Creator Chaos
Oh.
on the actual live stream as well.
Okay. Oh, well, that works.
So you want to give me? Hey, do you know what I need to do? I need to change that freaking channel banner and my icon.
Yeah. Well, see now, what are you gonna go for channel banner wise? Are you gonna do the whole thing that you spoke about?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand in front of a house, like a really pretty house, and just kind of be like, and then I'm just gonna be like,
Hang on.
all I'm gonna do is home and real estate tips and advice. I'm dropping the whole humor thing.
I've got an idea. Unshare your screen, because I think that you could do it.
And your Photoshop skills have improved a lot too.
Right.
Oh,
hang
that
on.
was Neil. That one was Neil.
Neil, do you use the path tool or do you use just like the regular selection tool?
Say again.
The path tool or the selection tool when you cut people out of their backgrounds?
Oh, see that doesn't work, does it?
Wait, I can see it perfectly.
Yeah,
I can
you
see it.
you can see the screen, but the stream
Yeah.
the stream is not.
Seeing it.
No, that's weird. That's weird. So go on. What did you say? Do we use the path tool or the which tool? After Beanie.
Beanie.
All right, what? Yeah.
Do we use the path tool or the what tool?
Or the just regular selection tool
What for? What do you mean?
for cutting out backgrounds to make just like having. Because Christine just said that you did her, you chopped her out. So how did you chop her out? Did you use the path tool or the selection tool?
Oh no, I used the eraser.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Wasn't
the-
expecting that answer.
Yeah, but only because I don't know. Because I'll still say that I don't know Photoshop that well. I don't know how to cut someone out properly. So all I do is I delete as much as I can of them, and then I zoom in with the eraser tool, make the eraser small, and then just go around and fine tune it.
And you have to make a little tutorial on how to use the path tool then for you.
Yeah, but I always find that when people do, it's never a sharp I don't know what it is. It's never. There's always bits that you've got to go in and redo, and you know what's like. I mean,
that's what happens when you don't.
yeah. I mean, you look at everybody on the Chaos banner. Every single one of them I've cut out by hand.
Oh, okay.
Like literally gone in and deleted the backgrounds, like erased the background by hand, and it's like crisp as hell because you can get into like bits of hair and like, you know what I mean. I don't know what it's just. I mean, obviously, if there's an easier, better way, then yeah, I'm all game for that. But I know what I need to know on Photoshop, and that's literally all. Oh, Patty's going to bed. Good night, Patty.
Good night, Patty. She was hungry before she started watching this, and then all that talk about fecal matter made her unhungry, and now she wants to go to bed. She's gonna cry herself to sleep because she hears such horrible things coming from her mouth.
So yeah, no, so that's how I cut things out. But you had an idea over not holding the house, didn't you? You had the whole idea of like being like.
Yeah, I was just gonna actually physically, like, my whole thing is that I used to make a template, and I've been told, and I've seen it for myself. Those templates they're not clickable. People don't want to click on a template. They want to see a house. They want to see a house. They want to see what you're talking about. And I've also noticed if I'm not in it, if I'm not in the video, like on the actual thumbnail itself, they do better. So that was pointed out to me. Nobody wants to see my ugly mug. They want to see the house. They could care less about
That's
me.
one reason why I've tested this new thumbnail. Because it's completely Beanie. Have a look at go to my channel.
It was so depressing though. It's giving me a self-conscious. I always thought it was kind of cute. And apparently I'm not that cute. I'm gonna go beat my kid real quick. I'll be right back.
I was gonna say, have they killed each other yet?
It won't be long.
Yeah.
It won't be long.
And they were doing that when you were visiting too.
That was hilarious. Yeah, I think I put a video in the Discord todnight of them
Did you
fighting.
put bets on who would win?
I'd say Sydney. Sydney's the more athletic one. She's the physically stronger one of the two, I'd say. Definitely. Yeah, she's definitely stronger. But yeah, my latest thumbnail, I've literally just put the picture of what it is I'm talking about, and then words. This is only because I didn't take a photo for the thumbnail. I had everything else done. I had all the tags, the title. What's it? No, we done the title today.
Hold up a minute. Doug Hewson, get on this live stream right now.
Yeah, I noticed that too. If you're noticing what I was asking.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the thing about that is Tom's actually responded to quite a few of my things as well. Apparently, either he just not many people know to add him on Twitter, or he's paying a lot of attention to what we're saying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
YouTube, I've been known to be paying attention to what people say.
Yeah, because apparently, like after I kept on complaining about like the comment sorting, it came out, and then after I was saying about he basically directed there was a I couldn't get the playlist working on the end cards, and he basically said, "Oh, it should be working now within the next week." So he's onto it. He's on it.
I'm trying to...
Doug. Did you read what Doug just said though?
He didn't listen much.
I didn't listen much, yeah. He did a lot of talking. I didn't listen much. Oh, you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
There's probably a lot of things that he can't talk about.
Ew.
Some NDAs maybe. Collaborations that are coming that we are.
See, now does Tom reply to your tweets, or do you just notice things that have happened, or does he actually physically call you like he did with Doug?
Okay, here where's my my more recent one? Because he actually, hang on, where are you? I've done a lot of bitching and moaning the last week on Twitter.
When a traffic source says channel pages, is that just like somebody got notifications?
Wait, what?
Okay, so it says traffic source types and it says channel pages.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that would be notifications. Probably.
Notifications. Okay.
Okay, so I added Tom because I figured there was probably no point adding anyone else about about that. And then later on, Tom goes, that should be fixed this week. Sorry about that. Let me know if it still happens to you next week. And then afterwards, he goes, thanks for calling this out and keeping me honest. If the fix isn't working on that one, so he directly responded to me. So good on you, Tom.
Yeah, but he's never phoned you, though, has he? Doug Houston, the inside man.
Yeah, he's getting the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Getting the inside view.
He's like a ninja. Literally like a ninja. So you're up to two.
It feels weird not seeing this, so I'm just gonna fix up the chat a little bit.
You're up to 280 on that video, Christina.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, like, you know how like that's delayed.
Oh, that's not the real views. The real views are actually much higher. Ooh, look at
Yeah.
you.
If anyone wants to jump in as well, the link is in general in the Discord. You can just come on.
The real views are 628.
Get to
Ooh,
fuck.
look at you.
You see it?
That's a sexy line. But does that mean that from now on that's going to be the normal line, and if your other if like say a future video doesn't perform, it'll go
baseline does go up. The gray line that's at the bottom, that's my baseline. The baseline will continue to go up.
Right. So if a video doesn't perform as well, then it won't be as sexy of a line. It'll be like,
right.
Okay.
Yep.
So
it's a nice new line to have there.
So
yeah, I've already got on that video. It has 68.7 hours watched.
Oh, nice.
That makes me like, because you've worked so damn hard on all of these videos for all this time and all these years to finally get one that just does something. It's like, thank God.
And it's not dog piss.
No, and it's not dog pee. That is like the most thankful thing that my top videos are about manufactured homes, and I probably sell one of those a year, one or two of those a year. But I mean, who knew that would be my claim to fame? At least it's not dog pee anymore. I can honestly say, thank God I've moved up from dog pee to manufactured homes.
Yeah.
I'm very thankful.
Did you not? You've not watched my latest video, have you, Beanie?
I did.
The one they posted like the last hour or two.
Yeah, you all mentioned, didn't it?
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
only because I
actually, you should give a public viewing.
No, it's not that good.
Oh, okay.
It's more informational if you own a van. If you don't own a van, I mean, the next one will be good because it'll be obviously a castle. So
I don't mind watching your van stuff.
It's a castle. I think you'll like the middle bit and the end. That'll be the bit that you like.
So it's an interesting thumbnail.
Well, that's why I've
very
just
minimalist.
Yes, because when I looked into the actual topic that I've spoken about, all the thumbnails for it are a load of shite. They've all got too many words in it. It's all mixed up and it's jumbled up, and you can't tell what the fuck it is. So I thought, just do one that's plain, precise, and to the point. But I am going to change that once I can get out there with the camera, because I have got an idea of what I want to do with the thumbnail. But I'll just do the old.
You're doing pretty good with the views. Like I think now my channel's basically hit that, I wouldn't say a plateau, but like I'd be very, very, very happy if any of my video, like most of my recent videos, got more views than my actual subscriber count. Whereas like your channel, because the subscriber count's still I wouldn't
It's
say
low.
It's puny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
Puny.
I don't want to shame you on your sub count, but you got some really nice, sexy numbers compared to the subscriber count.
Yeah,
that's a nice.
And the
Nice
views are
ratio
nice
there.
compared to the subs.
I would much rather the views than the subscribers, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I still get about 1/20th of my my subscriber count and views, so it's not horrible.
Do you
But it is horrible.
think your views have gone down since you've obviously not been doing?
Half. I think it's also like I'm eating a reality pill where, like, the last year I just wasn't really emotionally invested in doing a tutorial, because that requires a lot of, like, basically when I'm drawing, I have to know what I'm drawing before I draw it, and I have to draw it perfectly the first take, so then I can actually explain what I'm doing. Whereas I haven't really been in the mood to do that, so I just I record a video, like I'd have my time lapse, and then I go, okay, this is the story I want to tell about this video. I just narrate over the top of it. But realistically speaking, most of my audience isn't interested in that, because most of those videos I'll lose like 1 to 3 subscribers. Whereas if it's a tutorial, I usually gain like 10 to 20 subscribers. So facts are facts.
We would at the same time.
That is, I've done shit on subscribers this week.
But when your video came out, the last video came out, you did good.
Yeah, the last video come out did really good. But since it was like 3 or 4 days into it, I done really well, and then it just went. Because I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get over 200 by the weekend. Nope.
Ebbs and flows are normal though.
Yeah, no, it's good, because it's like when you talk to the likes of Christine, you talk to the likes of Paul, and people like that. And it's like, fucking hell, it took me 2-3 years to get to 200.
Yeah.
I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more. It took me 1 year to get to 100 subscribers, and actually, when I hit the 4,000 subscriber mark, that is exactly 2 years from when I was at 100 subscribers. 2 years.
But now look at you.
I know they say the first 1,000 are the hardest, and I believe it.
Although I was actually watching sorry, what were you about to say?
No.
It's weird though, because every time you get to a milestone, like it's every 500. So when you get like you're nearly at like 4,000, it seems like you lose 30, and then you gain 10, and then it just kind of stays there. And then once you hit that 4,000 mark, then all of a sudden like 30 subscribers come in, and it seems like right at that 4,500, it was like that. I didn't get any subscribers for like 3 days, and then all of a sudden 30 subscribers come in, and I'm like, how did that happen? And then I wake up the next day, another 60 days.
It might also be, and this is probably completely bullshit, but it could be that like the people, like, I know I've been that person where if I haven't subscribed to the channel and I see they're close to a milestone, I'll be like, I want to be that 1,000th subscriber. So it could also be that people just want to be that milestone subscriber for you. I might be wrong there though.
This video's underperforming.
Yeah, I've had that a few times.
My tree video, that like, and I thought it was going to do good. I really thought that was going to do well. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, this one's underperforming for now, but I'm not asked. You know what I mean?
It could boost up later on though.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider the majority of my audience is in the UK, I put it out at like 1 o'clock in the morning in the UK.
Yeah, true.
Which is I should really put out, but I'm still just testing times.
Yeah.
Just testing time, because I think you've got to. You've got to test. You've got to test what's going on. You got to test times to put stuff out and things like that. But it's when are you planning to put another video, Christine? I know you've been going through a fuck ton of shit lately, but when have you got any videos planned, or when's the next video due to come out? Just looking in the chat, just noticed him and Kathy have been chatting, and Chris. But it's I just need to get quicker on editing now. I'm taking too long editing.
I do as well, but I feel like when the videos I don't spend a lot of time on, I regret that, and I like being able to take my time and put all I can into every single video. I like when I have that time that I can do that. I hate when I'm rushed. It burns my ass when I'm rushed. But if I can take my time and really edit a video and be proud of it, then it's good. I want to be proud of what I put out.
Exactly. I know some people go on and on about going, perfectionism is a curse, quantity over quality, and like, but don't you want to actually be proud of something that you've made?
I don't believe that. But they've changed that. They're saying opposite. They're saying, I'd rather you put out 2 really great videos that you put your heart and soul out, instead of 6 videos and only 2 of them are good and the rest of them are shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, they changed their mind. It's just I think that philosophy of put out a video a day is done. Like, I don't think anybody.
It depends on your content and what you're doing. There's no way any of us could put out a video a day.
Vloggers can do it. Vloggers can, because I mean they're just putting laundry away and groceries in the in their car, and then they sit at home and they cut up little pieces, and they might add some little sound effects, and then they throw up a video.
And then they complain
those particular type of vloggers, I should say. I'm not saying like the ones that are like Peter McKinnon, where he's doing epic shots. I'm not saying those kinds of people. I'm saying like the ones that are, like the kids are eating breakfast and eating cereal, and then somebody goes on the school bus, and then somebody comes home and they start working out for a bit, and then you watch the mom do makeup, and like you're watching that kind of stuff that they can do it.
And then later on, they're complaining, why doesn't anyone watch my videos of me doing random crap that everyone else does? Why doesn't anyone care? Why don't I watch it's YouTube's fault there.
There's a van channel I watch, and he was doing daily content. He was literally putting out a video but he was traveling. He was like literally he was full-time YouTuber doing van life, and he was totally just. He was vlogging his whole day, and some of them were good, some of them were fucking garbage. But I have noticed, out of all the van channels that I watch, none of them really seem to take the time with edit. It's like it's proper, just jump. One scene to another. No one sort of, I don't know. I'd rather spend a bit of extra time and edit properly, and I've just got to be careful that I don't go mental on transitions, and I don't try and make things look too fucking clever. You know what I mean? Trying
it is easy to fall into that trap.
Yeah, I mean today, the one I put out today, I must have pulled about 6 transitions out of it, because I was like, that's too much. It's like it's literally you're being too clever, obviously. Where you stop and speaking in one part, and then you speak something else, rather than throw like a big fancy transition in, just have a zoom, just like a quick zoom, bump. You know what I mean? That's kind of not noticeable, but it's better than just you going blah 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 to you then going blah 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 blah. Yeah, because that winds me up more than anything. When you can see a visible edit. You know what I mean? When it's like, when someone's talking like this, and then all of a sudden, then they go to carry on the conversation. It's like, you're in a completely different stance than what you were.
Yeah.
The one I can't stand is that I don't know why they do these things when they're like, they're supposed to be the more professional videos or whatever, and the person is not talking to the camera; they're talking to another person.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
so they're looking over here, and the camera is right here. So they're answering their questions, but you're just watching the side of their head. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I hate that shot. Like, why do I want to see her ear? You know, like,
Mm.
why does that make it more professional when you see the side of them and them talking to some invisible person that no one else sees on camera?
Yeah, I personally don't understand when this shot either. You know, like they're always talking like this. They're always doing like a little thing off, like slightly off camera, because it apparently looks more professional. But I think it's just really freaking annoying.
Yeah, it does.
That's me right now.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not how you film your things.
Kathy Fitz just come in.
Yeah, she's probably working out her settings.
Yeah. The very bottom left-hand corner, Kath. You've got choose your mic and then your video.
She's probably on her mobile as well.
Yeah. I've never used Zoom on a mobile. I still
It's pretty crap on the mobile.
Hold-
wait,
hold
it's
on.
the chat.
hold on.
Hold on. Tech support.
So, have you recorded your next video, Christina?
No. So tomorrow I'm going in to buy the supplies for my video. It's a DIY project, and it's I did a closet organization video that didn't do so hot, but what I do know is that my video that I did for the wood plank wall still gets me a ton of views. So I'm gonna do another video for another DIY project to add value to your home, which is a closet, you know, how to organize your shoes in your closet. And I'm gonna do that. So
Right, Kathy's can't get I'm trying to unmute her audio.
Hold on. The thing is that
Oh.
my headset for some reason is not. It like
Oh, we can hear you.
We can
you
hear
can
you.
hear my computer even though I have my headset on.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
I know, but my family can hear you.
Not the family.
oh, weird.
So
Even though
there's
I
some
have
things
my
I probably
headset.
shouldn't be saying right now.
oh,
No, and I'm not trying to wake up the kids, so that's why.
oh.
I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Like it was working properly just a second ago, and then when I got on,
Just put earphones on the kids. They'll be fine.
That's okay. We're just gonna whisper
I'm done with you.
instead.
Your long lost son's in chat, Christina.
Ah, jeez.
ASMR.
Stop. I'll be back. Hold on.
Talking,
Hey, Uncle Dan.
talking sexy with Kathy.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys watched. Did you guys watch vidIQ's video about ASMR?
No.
That was so funny. So they were basically tracking a channel that started with ASMR and how
Hang on a
popular
minute.
it was.
I'll be back because I need.
Snack. Snack. So anyways, the whole thing was that they were following a channel that was just starting to really like rise. And you know how like the ASMR community is like it's saturated. That market is very saturated. So they basically took a channel that was taking ASMR to a different level. So she's like eating a iPhone X, you know, or something like that.
Ah, okay.
And so what she did was she makes these like perfectly, I mean, like it looks like an iPhone, right?
Mm.
And it's a cookie, but then
Right.
she's like making all those,
clever.
yeah. So she's
Right.
like, so they show all this, but they did the whole entire video as an ASMR video. So they did this analysis in the ASMR style. It was
nice.
amazing. I was like, this was super clever. I loved it.
I think it was, I don't know if it was Kathy or if it was Josephine, but I was talking to someone about like I want to make a taking the piss ASMR, just like you know how you guys are doing like the negative ASMR. Hey, we can hear you. Can the world hear you though?
Hold on. I'm not. But I was answering your question.
Oh, okay. The other thing with the mobile version of Zoom is that it has a slight delay. So when you start saying something, you'll think that you're actually interrupting someone when it's just there's a slight delay. But yeah, I want to do it like an like not like a proper ASMR, just like a stupid one, just like making jokes that no one's gonna care about, and I don't even care if the channel does well or not at all. I just want to take.
Oh, that's a
piss.
good snack. Look at that.
Is that a cherry on there?
No,
It
I
looks
think
like I
it's
see two
strawberries.
Oh.
Don't look me in the eye.
Because you look creepy. You look like an alien.
So my camera is super dark.
Ah,
by the way.
there we go. That's
My
right.
problem is I have this on, right? And it was
Mhm.
working. But when I got on live, my laptop is like, hey, I decided to put everybody voice out loud.
I hate.
Well, it's glad
I
that
can
no
hear-
one
I can hear
farted on the
children.
camera then.
Yeah, my kid in the back, which is like, I'm like, no.
She's using the
Oh, no, my
the
kid is about to
saxophone
cry.
headset.
That's right. Just a pillow will do.
I'll be back again.
All right.
Alright.
Poor Kathy.
I've got
Oh,
snacks.
Nothing a
Kids.
pillow can't fix.
Yeah, I know, right?
Neil's happy. I've got snacks.
Nice.
Is that
Snacks.
strawberries?
No, they are miniature bell peppers with feta cheese in.
Oh. I'd eat that.
And
Is that blue cheese? Oh, that's that
Ooh,
Uh,
nice.
cranberry
Wensleydale.
cheese.
Wensleydale with cranberry.
It's that
Yeah.
cheesecake thing.
No, it's cheese. It's a specific cheese that's
Oh, just
in
cheese.
England. Yeah, I'd eat that. I love feta cheese.
They are.
Yum.
They're a little bit of a little
Heaven
taste
sent
of
earth.
orgasm in your own mouth without the
Give us a bit of
aftertaste.
cheese eating ASMR.
But cheese eating ASMR. Hang on.
When you brought that out, I thought it was blue cheese. Do you like blue cheese?
I like any cheese.
I like Romano
Oh.
cheese, and it smells like old feet, and I love that cheese. It
Yes.
tastes so good. Love Romano cheese.
There you go.
Oh, see, Windows. All right. So Uncle Dan has been hitting his laptop with a hammer for the last 4 hours because his Windows update basically destroyed it yesterday. I did a Windows update on my computer and it's been acting stupid ever since.
Do I have enough?
I cannot get my stream to work on Streamlabs. I'm about to wipe out the whole thing and start all over again. After tonight, that's what's happening. This thing is getting back to factory settings.
Good night, Christopher. Yes, feta cheese. 3D
Eat
plastic.
that. I love feta cheese. I love it. Like one of my favorite salads is a Greek salad, and I put like an exorbitant amount of feta cheese in it.
These little things are. These are
Evil.
the devil.
They're good, huh?
Because, I mean,
They're the perfect bite size.
that's a whole pepper. That's the whole
know.
thing.
Ooh, yum.
And do you give a bit of a kick? I mean, I'll just do with a glass of wine now, couldn't I? We could be connoisseurs. We've gone from farting to food connoisseurs.
Good night, construction cronies. Chris Conkle vlogs.
Good night, sir. Chronicles.
So do you think you need to do more tutorials, Ambini?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
there we go. Here's the famous.
Doug. Hey, Doug. What do
How's
you got
Tom
for
doing?
us?
Hello,
Yeah.
am I here?
Yes, you are here.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it
Where's,
works. It
where's
works.
Tom?
Tom says hi.
Okay.
Hi, Tom.
Actually, I
Yeah.
didn't speak to Tom. I just listened to Tom.
Ah,
Oh. Well, do
You
you,
know,
want
he
to enlighten
talks
us?
about creative stuff. So,
wait. So you were watching a video of his. You weren't actually talking. to
Yeah,
him.
I was watching him. I didn't actually talk to him personally.
I thought you were having a one-on-one interview with him. I thought you had some
Yeah,
script.
I'm not like Nick Nimmin or anything. Come on.
You did say you'd just come off the phone with Tom.
Did I say phone?
Yeah.
I've just come off a call with Tom.
Clickbait.
I clickbaited. Oh no, I lied.
Unless you're lying right now.
It's
Liar,
chaos. I lie
liar.
on chaos. I'm allowed to lie on chaos.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Good night, Chris. Christina, is
Yeah,
it? The,
yeah. I've lost all reputation. I'm going to quit YouTube.
Yep.
what are your feelings behind this whole thing Nick was talking about the other day, and the whole AdSense, not the AdSense, the whole affiliate marketing links and shit like that, and the FTA and
There's
The FTA stuff or the COPA stuff.
the
The
Because
Copa.
there's two different things here. You got the COPA stuff, which is all your kids stuff, and then you've got the new sort of. Well, they're not really new. It's just sort of more of a outlining of all the affiliate sort of marketing sort of stuff and disclosing relationships. I don't think there's anything real new there. It's just the reiterating sort of what they were already trying to enforce. I think they just tried to make it a little bit clearer for creators.
So you don't have to disclose that you're actually not in front of that link right now.
That's right, because I'm not trying to sell it, am I? If I was trying to sell it, then I probably would.
But what if you got a friendship with that lake? Don't you have to disclose you have a friendship relationship with that lake?
No.
see, that was the thing.
Yeah, if I'm... yeah?
That was the thing I was confused on. It's like, if you're not, say I just said, like, a mate of mine's give me some clothes to wear because he's got a clothing brand. I'm not selling his stuff. I'm not getting nothing. I mean, if 1 million people went to his website and bought £1 million worth of stuff, I get nothing from it. You know, I'm not getting a kickback. I'm just doing it purely because he's a friend. But now I've got to state, you know, I can't just say, if you like this top, you can get them over there at such and such a place. It's just, it kind of baffles me. It's like, it makes no sense.
If you're not trying to push anything, if you're not trying to promote, like if you're trying to promote, as soon as you're trying to promote something, whether it's for money or not, then I guess they're saying, well, you just got to say that. But if you're just wearing the clothes because they're giving it to you, unless it's got their branding on it and you're like giving them free advertising, you shouldn't have to say anything in that case.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just basically, he's like, I'll give you some clothes, you can wear them on your videos. I was like, yes, and I'll put you, I'll shout you out in the video. But have I now got to say, I'm not, see, I don't get it. I really.
Yeah, in that regard, you would have to actually mention it.
It's just
shitty,
it's crazy.
Like, what's the purpose of the shout out though? Is it that you're shouting out because you're thanking them, or is it because that's the agreement? I'll give you these clothes if you give me a shout out.
No, he was just like, I'll give you some stuff to wear in your videos, and I was like, oh, that sounds. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll give you a shout out.
But then again, the shout out is the disclosure. Like, if you're saying, oh, this,
that's true.
My mate gave me these shirts. If you want to check them out, here's a link. That is your disclosure. You're telling them exactly what it is. You're like,
yeah.
You can say, I got the shirt for free. If you want to check it out, link down below. That's your disclosure.
That's the disclosure. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So I've not got to say I'm not getting any money from this, and I'm not earning nothing from it, or I haven't got to disclose that I'm not earning. It's like, friend of mine.
In that regard, you still have to disclose that it was free, but you don't have to like go into like a big rant. Just go, oh, my mate gave me some free clothes, gave me these clothes. Like it wouldn't even, like, if you didn't have to like pay you or anything, you wouldn't have to disclose that. Just that my mate gave me these clothes, gave me this shirt, and if you want to check it out, that is the tricky one though. Yeah,
because it's not like a formal brand relationship.
Yeah,
but there is some, hey, he's giving me this, so I'm giving him a shout out.
Yeah, and I was reading on their guidelines website where it's like, if you had two different friends giving you two different shirts, you'd have to disclose each one, going, oh, my friend gave me this shirt, this other friend gave me this shirt to wear, kind of thing. I was reading through their frequently asked questions, and I mean,
I was basically just going to say, a friend of mine has got a new clothing company. He's thrown me a couple of shirts to wear. If you want to check out his gear, I'll leave the link in the description. I don't earn any money off it. It's not an affiliate link, but go and check him out anyway if you like the
Yeah,
stuff.
that'd be fine.
That's
Yeah.
what I was
It's not. I think they've just gone too far on it. It's like there's more and more and more. Kathy's having problems for. Sorry, Kath. It's just
Kathy.
it's just what are you doing, girl?
Kathy.
It's a pain in the ass on mobile. This.
Yeah, that's why I don't bother with
Yeah,
it
it's
on
a
mobile.
pain in the ass. I just think YouTube are coming out. It seems they want to attract more people to the platform.
They're just covering their own asses.
But they're just making too many. I think they're making too many rules.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, don't forget, this is the FTA doing it, not YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
The FTC have been like the real assholes at the moment.
Yeah, YouTube don't care so much about that.
They're
that
just
part
they're just
of
following the
things.
rules. They don't want to get in trouble
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
It's like
telling.
YouTube. There you go.
That's what I was telling my daughter. She's like, "Well, this is the death of YouTube then, because if they can't have, I mean, who watches YouTube? Mostly kids." And I said, "Well, the thing is, it's going to happen to all the platforms. It isn't going to
Yeah.
just be YouTube
Oh,
just happened to be the first one. I mean, it's going to happen
Yeah.
to Facebook. It's going to happen to all of them. If you make money off of a platform, they're going to get you. They're
Yeah.
going to get you.
Yep.
it's gotten worse in the past 12 months. So
Well, when you think about it, though, the internet's been pretty much free game for the last 20 years, so it's finally the government's like, oh yeah, we can actually regulate it now and catch up on it.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
right.
well,
I don't think it's.
Slow.
It's kind of I don't know. To me, it's kind of wrong. Because another thing as well is the FCC or the FTC or whatever, whoever they are, they're an American company or they're an American government body, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why should I have to comply to that?
Because the headquarters of YouTube is in the United States.
No, it's not to do with that. I was reading in there, I read further in, it's like, if your audience lives in America, then it applies to it's basically wherever the audience lives. If you have American audiences, then it applies to that. So it doesn't matter where the headquarters is. It's like the American government have their laws. If they have audience members in America, then that's where the laws apply.
So now you've said that.
Christian said he got kicked out of Chaos.
Did he?
What?
I saw someone I saw someone, there was like a thing down in the corner and went blue.
Yeah.
Got
He said
kicked
got
out of
kicked-
chaos? What do you mean?
Uh-huh.
What, the stream?
I don't know. He said
The chat? Or
what
That's
in the
weird.
actual HE double hockey sticks? Got kicked out of Chaos, shows up to Chaos. That's the only message I got.
what's
What-
going on?
How can he get kicked out? He's a moderator?
I'm back now, he says. Now he's in the chat. I got kicked. I don't know
Okay.
what happened. Maybe it was your internet. That wasn't us. We
Could
didn't
be.
do it.
YouTube.
Oh, he got kicked out of YouTube, maybe?
Yeah, they don't want you to hang. That's what it was. It was YouTube. They don't want you to hang out with
Yeah.
us low lives.
Yeah.
So-
YouTube's lame, man.
Now, like I was saying, okay, the US government wants to put all these things in saying if your audience is in America. Yeah? Now, cannabis isn't legal all over the world, but yet the Canadians can stream cannabis-related
Well, but-
content all over the world.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because with cannabis channels, like in California, it's legal, but if I was to smoke cannabis on my channel, that would be illegal for me because it's illegal in Melbourne. So I'm just like, And that's where the laws are stupid. It's like, what applies for one country doesn't apply to this country. It's like, what, do we have to now know every single country's laws before we put shit out or something?
Well, think about it. For us, it's illegal to smoke marijuana in the state of Louisiana. But if I was in California, I would be fine.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So what do cannabis channels actually do? Do they actually want to sell? Are they selling cannabis?
Apparently,
via videos, or
the
are they just
only
talking about the
cannabis
lifestyle?
The only cannabis channel I ever watched, it was about 1% cannabis, and it was mostly about his nonsensical rants about the world. But I don't know, like most of them like talk about different places you can get cannabis, and then they talk about the different strains of cannabis. Then they talk about like they talk about different drinks that have cannabis, and supposedly all these health benefits of cannabis and different ways you can eat cannabis. And then they show different restaurants that you can like where they actually are using the cannabis and the butter to butter your bread, and all the food is made with some kind of cannabis. So you're eating all night long, and then when you get done, you're like, talk about carb
It's
coma,
low-key just a way to sell the merchandise.
But that's legal in Canada, but not legal in certain states in the US.
No. So,
Yeah.
well,
So YouTube might start
CBD,
cracking down on
CBD is
that.
legal though.
I just think it's it seems to be one rule for one and another rule for another.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, we got to remember one thing. YouTube is free. I
See,
mean,
now,
it's free.
I-
And if you
I
don't
don't
like
think-
the rules, there's other places you can go. Either
It's
you're
free
going to
and I'm free to complain
follow
about it.
them. Yep.
I don't think it'll be free forever.
Nope. Nope.
And I don't-
We're just
I reckon
very
we're getting
fortunate.
very, very close to it being paid.
Yeah, I said
I
this.
pay for it. I pay for it monthly.
I said this to Dee a while ago on one of his streams. I said, "Can you ever see YouTube becoming a pay-to-create platform?"
I remember you asking this
And
question.
he was
It
like,
a year ago.
"Not a single chance. No way."
Oh, no.
Now look what's going on. Now it's like there's more rules and there's more rules and there's more rules, and I'm like, this could go either way here. Yeah,
I
it's,
think it's just the fact that Google have thought for so long that they've been untouchable, and now the government's like, well, you're not exactly that untouchable. Let's just knock you down a few pegs.
And this all came from a lawsuit. This was a lawsuit. And
Multiple lawsuits.
yeah, so they fought it. They fought the good fight, but they lost,
Yeah.
government just wants to earn more and more money off more and more people any way possible.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
And they were pissed that, people were making money doing this, and they didn't understand it to how they were getting money. And like before
Yeah.
the first apocalypse, those kids were making hand over fist of money. Like they were rolling in it.
Yeah.
And the biggest misconception about all of these ads, because these pea brains in Washington can't get their brains around it, is that the ads that are served to the people are not the ads that YouTube decides you get to see. It's you sitting in the chair, all the stuff that you're interested in, all the stuff you talk about, all the stuff you search on the web. Those are the ads that are served to you. That's what you see. Not like if they're so dumb when it comes to all this. They don't understand how all of that works.
But
It's
surely
just like when
the-
you start talking about anything, and then you go on Facebook, you looked up a sweater on Facebook, and then looked up a sweater online, and then the next thing you know, that sweater staring at you on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like, and it haunts you for months. You're like, I didn't even like the sweater. It was just ugly, and it happened to be there. I clicked on it, and now it's just following you around like bad luggage,
Yeah.
So now I'm going to complain about it, and the government's going to be like, no, you shouldn't have to deal with that. So now you can get ads from, like, governments and guns and whatever other bullshit you're not interested in. Let's just
Well,
give you
I think
stuff that's
what-
totally not targeted.
Well, I think what Twitter did was awesome.
Mm.
You can't do political ads on Twitter anymore. I think that's amazing.
3D Fantastics just brought up a point as well. He said, and that's the beginning of Article 13 in
Yep.
the States. I mean, I still don't even know if Article 13 is over in Europe. Yeah.
It's never.
You'll find out
passed.
soon enough. You'll find out soon enough when they restrict your access to it.
I mean, that's-
completely. Because weren't they saying that they're just going to ban YouTube in Europe?
It was something down them lines. Yeah, it was like it was just. But I don't know. It's just
It
ridiculous.
was a nice run while it lasted.
You know, I mean, I still don't even know if England is still in fucking the EU. You know what I mean? It's like no
I
one.
don't know either.
No one even knows if we're in the EU. Are we in the EU? Are we out the EU? Or is Brexit going on? Is Brexit not going on? What's
Are you still in the Commonwealth?
I don't know. I don't even know if we're actually still declared as a country. Because there's that many idiots.
Do you still have a queen?
I think so. I think
You
that.
always will have one of those. That's not going anywhere.
Well, it will do. When she dies, it'll be Princess,
The king.
the king.
Well, here's an interesting question that has nothing to do with YouTube. Do you think it's going to go to Charles, or do you think it's going to go to the boys?
I'll go Charles
William.
all day long. Charles will want to rule. How would you?
I bet
not?
you every year that goes by, he just looks at his mother and it's just like, this was
Another
supposed to be mine. You know, like, I'm not getting any younger here. You know, like, you can hand over the kingdom at any moment.
I mean,
She's
look,
like, nope, I'm just going to stay right here.
I mean, look at the
Because she could retire. But nope.
You've only got to look at the fucking the Queen Mother. I mean, she was about fucking 612 when she died.
I know. I think she was like 104, 103.
I've seen episodes of The Walking Dead where people looked better than what she did when before she died. It was ridiculous. But the crazy thing is that it's only going to take one lunatic, and I mean one royal lunatic, to come in and go, right, I don't need Parliament. So, all you lot can fuck off, and I'm going to run my own country on my own. Because everything that Parliament do and say, it has to go by the Queen. You know what I mean?
Everything belongs to me now.
They're only running the country on her behalf. So Charles could come in and go, right, Parliament, scrap that, bad idea. Brexit, get back in.
The Queen Mother died at 101 years old.
Not bad. Does that mean she got a letter from herself?
I know, yeah. No, it'll be a daughter, won't it? Because in the UK, if you reach 100 years old, you get an actual physical letter off the Queen wishing you.
Oh, wait, so did the Queen Mother retire or something, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queen Mother passed the reins down to.
Lizzie?
Elizabeth II is 93 years old, so she's still got 8 more years, and I'm sure Charles is just knocking down the calendar, just checking off every day. I got 8 more years.
Isn't it pathetic though? It's like, yeah, how old is she? 93.
93.
The Queen is 90 fucking 3.
I mean, she has been spoon-fed the nicest, most wonderful, divine foods known to mankind. That woman has been physically taken care of from the day that she's been born, with the best physicians, the best vitamins, the best medicine. I mean, all of us could probably live to 101 if we had that lifestyle.
How old is her husband still alive? Or was he dead?
Yeah, no, he's alive.
Because he must be off.
You live in the country, you should know.
Mate, I didn't even know. Right, this is no word of a lie. Do you know who I found out that Theresa May wasn't our fucking Prime Minister? Christina. I didn't even know Boris Johnson was our Prime Minister.
Oh, Boris.
And it was like, are you fucking kidding? What? Who's put that bellend in charge? He is a fucking dickhead. He's just...
The Queen's husband is 98 years old.
Ooh, he's getting there.
And he was
That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you grow up in this life, where everybody is giving you everything. I mean, you've had everything done for you. You can't even wipe your rear end without somebody saying, "Let me check your butthole, make sure it's good." I mean, you can live to 101 too. Also, sorry.
I just want to know. 3D fantasy just actually put in chat exactly what I was going to say. Then I wonder who wipes her ass.
She probably doesn't wipe her own ass because she doesn't want her hands going anywhere near her butthole.
I mean, he was only in a car crash like last year.
Yeah, he survived.
He had his driving license taken off him.
Alive and kicking.
I mean, 90. Why would you even want to have any sort of authority at that age? You'd be like, do you know what?
Eddie needs some help, apparently.
I just don't get it. I mean, she met Trump last year, didn't she?
Yeah, that was funny.
He wants someone to whip his butthole. He didn't even say wipe. He said whip.
Ah, I thought he.
He said whip.
Oh, no,
I'm sure he meant wipe, but he said whip.
I would
Yeah,
not.
you know, but both are probably enjoyable in some fashion.
I would not.
I've learned something new every day.
I would not want the job of wiping your husband's arsehole.
Not recently. Poor thing has had a stomach virus.
It's not even that. You'd be on your fucking feet. I felt like fucking. You'd be standing there. Are you ready? Are you ready?
You've been waiting all that time, 45 minutes. Are you time? Is it time to wipe your butt? I was so glad when the kids were old enough because they used to shout going, "I'm ready." And I would be like in the middle of cooking dinner. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until they can wipe their own butts.
Yeah,
I remember those days.
James used to shout, "I've finished."
I finished, yep. Done.
Are you sure? Yeah. Do you need me to come up now? Yeah. Dad, it's stinging. You left them there too long. Sorry, mate. Yeah, but I don't get our country, and I don't get Brexit, and I don't get Article 30. I just think the world has gone absolutely batshit crazy this year. It seems to be worse this year than any other year I can ever remember. And I don't know whether it's just because I'm doing YouTube or not, but I'm noticing more and more craziness.
I think it all started for me in my own head. Like how the world had gotten crazier was probably about a year and a half ago. Like that, all that stuff. I think it all started snowballing because we had a lot of protesting in a lot of different cities. It was really strange. And then after the protesting, then the election started, and like some of these campaigns were just brutal. And I couldn't even watch television. And when I turned off television, I thought, oh, thank God the noise stops, you know? But it's like, it's creeped into every aspect of my life. I mean, I think they want us to believe, I think it's a lot of it's created so you do think the world is going badly. You know, I think they want us to believe
it's
that.
going bad because they're making it bad. I mean, let's take, for instance, Brexit. You
know, you had the same nonsense we had.
Yeah, well, Brexit was designed by fucking Trump's advisors, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was like, okay, I'm not happy enough with fucking my own country up. I'll go and do theirs at the same time as well. I mean,
the guy who runs it, that Boris guy, he's the one that
he's a clown. He's an utter fucking clown.
Well, he introduced that several times, and every time it was shot down. And then it was like, well, we'll leave it to the people. And the way that they designed it was through social media campaigns and ridiculous ways to get people to go out there and vote. And the propaganda that they used to tell them what this was about was not what it was about. And then it was like people voted for it. Then afterwards they were like, do you know what you even voted for? They were like, well, for independence. And they were like, no, this is what's going to happen now.
Yeah,
and they were like, well, I didn't mean to vote for that.
I remember some of the adverts on television over here, and it was like, you know, us leaving the European Union, it will mean less poverty, the poorer people will get more money. There will be less homeless people. And it's like, who the fucking hell has written this? Like, load of shite. Because
That Boris guy, what's the difference in Boris?
yeah,
whatever his
because
first name.
it's like
Johnson.
this is the opposite of what is going to happen. The rich will get richer, and the poor will get dramatically poorer.
Yes, it was Cambridge Analytics. That's
Yes.
exactly who did that.
That's
That was the last thing they did. Thank you, Savage Scientist.
Yeah, it was because there's a full documentary on Netflix about it, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that company is. And then that one girl who's kind of like a whistleblower who designed the whole thing. She designed. This is the part that blows my mind. This girl's living high on the hog. She designed all of this garbage so these candidates would win. And because she's a whistleblower, she gets to like walk away scot-free. She knew what she was doing was flat out wrong. But she's like, well, I'm doing good now because I'm telling out everybody. No, you should get in trouble too
Yeah.
because you did it.
She
You're the
created
one who
she created the
designed it.
shitstorm, but you can't. It's like it's kind of like going.
Just playing both sides of the fence.
Well, it's kind of like going to robbing a bank, and then a month later go, do you know what? Look, I stole all the money, but I'll give you it back. But I want, but because I've given you it back, make me look good and give me loads of money. It's like,
She went to the bank and she stole a bunch of money and then she gave it to somebody. And because she's going to tell them, even though she stole it, she gave it to these other people and she's going to throw all those people under the bus so that way she can walk away. Like, she's stupid. Like,
yeah, I
don't
think
know
it
how
is
that even
called something like
happens.
Web 2.0, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, she-
John, I learned tonight that you only watch YouTube when you poop. To Eddie. I just don't know where it's going. I don't know where. I don't know what direction the world's going or YouTube.
And I don't really care, to be honest. Let the world burn.
Yeah, no, I'm very, very much the same as you because there's a fuck all I can do as a human being
Yep.
to actually to even not even combat it or stop it. There's nothing. It's well above my pay grade in life.
I would hope. You know, Facebook is notorious for saying they're going to do all these things. Like, this is going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And people get all up in arms. And sure enough, nothing ever happens. It's the same garbage. We're going to make your feed less controversial so you'll enjoy and see the people that you've always wanted to see. So people go, okay, well, I'll give it a
Bullshit.
shot again. Yeah, it's the same garbage over and over and over again. It's the same nonsense. It's all a big farce. Facebook basically to me is you're going on there to hopefully see some post of a baby, and then you're going to be sucked into all their try to watch a video. Try to watch a video now. It's weird because you can go on YouTube and watch a video and a commercial comes on, you're like, oh, I can skip it in 5 seconds. But on Facebook, if you start to watch a video and it has a commercial and you're like, I'm done with this, you turn it off. Because the way that Facebook does it is that they start you in the video, and just when they have you wrapped up, they put on a commercial and you're like, oh, I wasn't even that interested. Forget it. And then you just move on. Like, I have the proof to show you that every video that I've ever posted on Facebook, the analytics for that are hideous. They're so bad, and they have been for the last 2 years. That's why I went to YouTube in the first place. Nobody watches videos because they don't have time for it. They're doing this. Facebook is just they're all ADD on there. The only conversations they want to get into are fights. And,
Did you ever remember when the adverts came on the sidebar of Facebook?
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't there one day, and then all of a sudden it's like fuck. So where did all this come from? And then every second or third post there'd be an advert.
Yeah.
Advert.
It's the same thing on Instagram.
Instagram.
It's Instagram.
Yeah.
That's how Instagram is.
But
That's why they
Facebook now. I mean, I don't know if any of you noticed it. Facebook now, they're not happy. I mean, I don't really use Facebook that much. I'll post if I'm out. I'll post a load of shit to it, but I'm not a regular
Me
You
either.
know what I mean?
Hate it.
I'll scroll through it now, and I know the same old shit. I'm going to see every day off the same old boredom people whinging about the same old thing. But I've noticed now that my inbox in Messenger is now being infiltrated with adverts in me
I
fucking
get
inbox.
spam. So much spam.
It's like, how fucking dare you infiltrate my inbox? But it's not my company, so Zuckerberg's mental. He's just
He's a
I
robot.
think he has Asperger's. I really do, because I watched him at the
he's a lizard.
I saw him on that the conference and everything, and he did not know how to be human. Like, it was very difficult for him. They were asking him questions, and all he could do was blink. And honestly, on some of those questions, I don't think he really did know the answer, because he hired people to do that crap. He's like,
Yeah.
I haven't looked at this shit since college. I hired these people. That's what he really wanted to say, but he's just sitting
Oh,
there
he
going,
should have just done that. He should have just gone, bitch, please, I don't know any of these answers. Go talk to people I hire.
yeah, like, I mean, I'm sure he has an inkling. I mean, some of the answers he gave, I'm like, give me a break.
This
oh,
this
Kathy
mug
Pitt
Kathy.
likes my mugs.
This one.
Yeah. Well, she likes this one too. All my
Oh.
mugs are big. I like big mugs, and I cannot lie.
I thought she was talking about this one.
Well, it's that big.
I've got the
I mean, it's
limited
the
one.
same size.
Nice big sexy mug.
Oh, you put a sticker on the back. How cute.
It's a limited edition one.
No, that one's not
Aw.
limited.
This isn't limited.
That sticker is not the limited edition one,
Oh,
but the
go
cup
on.
is.
It can
the
go in
cup.
go in
The
the
cup
bin
is
then.
never to return.
This will
I
never
like
have. This
big
will never
mugs
have
and
liquid in it.
mugs.
It's currently now where to keep me
Change.
me tack nails and loose American money.
Oh. There's no paper in there. There's no paper dollars. Did you
No.
not have any paper dollars left?
Did I shite?
I thought you had $60 left.
I've still got some of my American money.
It sits there with me me launchpad astronomy mug.
You don't have any.
Nice.
You don't have any dollars left from from the Americas.
Yeah, I think it
Who
was
farted?
Beanie.
Was that you, Bean? Way to go, man! You ripped it.
There wasn't many. There was like $17.
Oh,
I spent
Wow,
I spent a lot when I was over there. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing left on the car that I loaded up,
Oh,
and
jeez.
there's nothing left of the cash that I had. It's all gone.
I'm a roux on a shelf. That's a launch pad. Like an elf on the shelf, a roux on the shelf.
Is that a ruin? I see. I've got a launch pad on the shelf there,
Uh-huh.
and I've got a Paul Peck there, and then I've got a Vid Summit there with me pass, which is there, and then I've got that
I
fucking.
don't think I have my Vid Summit pass. I don't even know where the hell that thing is.
I've got that shitty
Alright.
cryptocurrency channel there. I don't know what's doing there, and then that's about it, really. Oh, but I tell you
You
what,
did stab my head.
I tell you,
I
I
need
tell
to
you
get
what.
myself one of those little bookshelves. Be better than this piece of shit bookshelf I've got.
Yeah, you got IKEA over there, haven't you?
Yep.
That was how much was that, Christina? Can you remember? It was like £150.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive.
Wasn't much, was it? And that was you basically buy the black shelving like separately, and then you get fuck. I hate looking backwards.
The little in
Like the
things.
inserts, like that. This thing here, that's an insert, and then you've got drawers.
I farted.
Drawers,
Oh,
inserts.
wait, did I hear that or?
You might
Was
have.
that you?
I'm just letting you know I did.
Hang on, move your chair. I want to hear if I can hear it creaking. No, that was a fart sound.
That was me. I did a good job.
But there's another layer to this that no one ever sees. There's
Now dog has to fart.
it goes up one, see?
Ooh. Is that where the rejects go?
Yeah, that's the people that
The
he
re-
doesn't really love.
The reject row.
No, I just think that's the right height.
Neil stabbed my ear for my birthday. It was my birthday last
Oh.
Tuesday.
Gave you
See,
a
I-
bit.
Beanie like this.
Yeah, he gave me
This
he
will
gave
be.
me a hole in the head.
This will,
Did
no.
he heat it up, or did it just you just hope it didn't get infected?
Well, no, he took me to a piercing place. I
Oh,
drove to.
okay. I thought he did it himself.
Well, he
DIY.
apparently he used to do
DRB.
that.
You must be a fan of that.
I
That's
love it.
cute.
It's very pretty.
Is that a self-portrait?
No, our Daisy bought me that for my birthday. I was like, oh, okay. Just what I always wanted. Thanks. It's unique and it's weird.
A rainbow dinosaur.
That's cute.
A technicolor, as Savage Science says, a technicolor triceratops.
Nice.
So you were saying about your hole in your head?
Yeah, you gave me a hole in my head for my birthday.
Well, I never give you the hole in the head, but if I'd have done it, I'd have hurt less.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean, the actual piercing itself didn't hurt. It's when they put the damn jewelry in there. That's when I was like, and almost climbed out of the chair. I'm like, oh my god.
That's
So
because
bad.
you never use the right needle to pierce it with. But it got done anyway.
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, Savage Scientist, ignore your bad spelling. I'm dyslexic. Neil's dyslexic. None of us are going to ever judge you for spelling. We are
Yeah.
the only ones that can communicate with each other in text that no one else. It's like we're speaking code, but we understand each other.
Yeah.
And I did special English in school, so
You don't have to worry about us in spelling. We're
Yeah,
cheers. We're good.
Yeah, my spelling is for atrocious, but
I always feel like super like awesome. I'm like, hey Neil, you spelled something wrong. I'm so like, yay, finally a good speller.
we've actually had conversations, and I've noticed in the conversation we've had, there's so many spelling mistakes, but not at any point in the conversation has either of us gone, what do you mean there, or what are you saying? We just know. We understand fucking garbage.
But the only time that we do, the only time I'll say, what does that mean? Because you use expressions that I don't understand. Like
Ah.
there's expressions that you use that I don't.
taking the piss.
Well, that was early on. I know what that means now. But
We learned.
yeah,
it
like
with-
I don't. There was one recently. I'm like, what does that mean?
Hmm.
I don't understand. I'm like, and he was
Oh,
like,
it
quit being like that. You know, I'm like, no, I really don't understand. Like, what does that sentence mean? I'm not
See,
trying to be an asshole. I don't know what that means.
The Australians will know exactly. If I said to Beanie, have you got a cob on?
I don't think we really use that one as much.
No. But you know what it means?
Means like you've got a hard on.
No.
Oh, okay.
See, no, it must just be a Liverpool thing. A cob on.
Is it drunk?
No, a cob on's like, are you pissed off? Are you angry? Are you upset?
Oh.
Nah, never heard that.
Yeah, it's like, he's got a fucking cob on, look at him.
Nah, I thought it sounds like a hard on.
No, it definitely was nothing remotely towards you, phallus.
Oh dear.
It wasn't.
Do you want to know what the video's on right now?
Can we guess?
Yeah.
What's it?
700.
No, 130. What was it? What was it on?
It was on 6.
Okay. 800.
960.
Your Beanie was the closest from the beginning. 7:15. 7:15 was 77 hours of watch time. Oh, I've never had this happen. It feels so good.
Savage Scientist waiting for it. He just said, as the boat in the back had done got a flat, it hasn't moved much. That boat's been there for months. What the fuck have you got in your hat? What are they?
Savage Scientist
the
is got.
pens.
He's so freaking funny. He's super funny. I wish you'd get him on here sometime because he's really funny. He makes me laugh.
The fucking link's in the general. Like, it cannot be any more open to giving people the link than it being in general.
There it is.
That's the good thing about it.
Oh, here we go. Uncle Dan wants to say, I'm decent in spelling. I have quite a firm grasp on the grammatical rules of English language, and yet people still don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay, here's the
that's
deal,
because
though.
you haven't got a grasp on
Nothing makes you
reality.
look like a bigger pecker than the person that's correcting somebody as they're trying to get in an argument. So then you, instead of having a real argument, you argue with you. Your argument is, well, I would answer you, but your spelling and your grammar is so blah 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 blah, and then you try to like force feed your intelligence on top of somebody. That just makes me want to vomit. I hate when people do that. Yeah. So
I English well.
Sounds like Facebook.
yeah.
Oh, there's so many grammar police on Facebook.
Oh my god, and they're all over the place.
I love it when you put it in the little commas here, like because. It's like, what? Who fucking cares? Did you understand what I say?
Back in the day when I was using Facebook, there's one thing I'd noticed, and that was people would like criticize. They criticize like people for insulting people's intellectual disabilities or whatever. But then these same people also complain to people about their spelling. Like, so on one hand you're telling them off for being rude to people who have learning disabilities, and now you're accusing them of being one of those people. It's like not being able to spell is a bad thing or something.
See, I wouldn't say I've got a learning disability. I'm just shit at fucking spelling. But
No,
all these people,
totally do.
all these
you
people,
totally do, because you overcompensate. You can do anything.
Yeah, but
you
that's
just
what
can't
I mean.
write it down.
All these people on Facebook that go, like, pick on your spelling. It's like, fucking dude, I can't spell, but I can put a light bulb in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking, I've built a van. I've built a fucking sound. You struggle, you struggle with an IKEA fucking flat pack box, but your spelling's good though. It's like, fuck off.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've always noticed that people that have had struggled and had problems in school they are talented in other areas. Everybody I've ever met that's always had like difficult problems in school, as teachers and everything else, they always have excelled in some other aspect in their life way better than any school teacher has ever
actually living life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and not being able to document it in true fucking grammatical fashion.
the best what I wanted to do more than anything was this. I had this teacher in school, and I'm terrible at math. I'm not good at math, like all those equations and stuff. I'm just not great at it.
Same.
And she would say, the thing is that you're not going to walk around with a calculator in your pocket, and there's going to be a time that you're going to need this. Hey lady, I walk around with a calculator in my pocket, and I never needed your math equations.
No,
I still can't figure out percentages.
No, I can't. Mate, Siri is my percentage master. If I ever need
to use her as a percentage master.
Oh, it's fucking great. It's like, hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Yeah, my Siri's been a bit of a late.
Siri's died.
As well.
Siri never answers me unless I call Sydney's name, and then it will.
Funnily enough, my Siri doesn't work, but whenever the TV does, it activates it.
Hey Siri. What's 7% of 1,000?
7% times 1,000 is 70.
Did I even ask her that? Hey Siri. What's 32% of 100?
She's not good at math either.
No.
She's like, I'm not in the mood right now. I'm just not feeling it.
Hey Siri.
Computer says no.
Yeah, the computer says no.
Philosopher?
What is that from? Computer says no.
Little Britain.
Yes, that is the fun show. Computer says no.
Computer says no.
No.
Computer says no.
No. Mm-mm. No. I love that. Those guys are hysterical.
No.
That was a great show.
Computer says no.
Right.
If you ask me again, she's gonna swear.
Has this reached America? And it probably has months ago. But get your phone out and see if it's reached Australia. So get your phone out, right? Go onto Google or the browser of your choice,
The Google Webs. Okay.
and then just type in Wizard of Oz.
I showed you this.
Okay,
I'm the
let's
one who
see
showed it to you.
Well, okay.
What
oh,
browser though?
any browser.
Okay. Wizard of Oz. Okay.
Right, and now when it brings it up, you should get them little ruby slippers there.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Click the ruby slippers,
Oh. Oh, okay, that's cool.
and it does that.
Cool. Oh. Now it's all black and white.
Oh wow!
That's cool. Oh, and then if you click on it again,
You've
there's a
broken
house.
You've broken my browser.
Yeah, no, if you click
That's
it back,
clever.
it's good, isn't it? I can't remember who showed me, but it was Christina. But there's loads of stuff like that built into Google. There was
Oh, I like it
another,
in black and white.
there was another one.
Oh,
Did Kathy sitting there doing it going, oh my god? Yeah, but Christina can take.
The funny thing is when I go into Google Images, look what comes up in the top corner though.
Oh, okay.
It's like a bikini. What the?
Thanos Snap. I've not seen that one.
Thanos. Oh yeah, that's good too. Thanos Snap's one of the best ones.
Thanos Snap.
Yeah.
Right, checking it out.
No, I'm getting nothing.
Oh wait, I typed it in wrong. No, Google Snap. Thanos Snap Google.
Oh, Thanos Snap Google.
Wait, no, it's not showing up there either.
No. No, I'm not getting nothing.
Oh no, I think you just type in Thanos. Yeah, there it is. Just type in Thanos.
Oh, right.
Oh, there we go.
That's cool.
There was another one as well where like the Google browser would break apart.
Oh, I remember that one. It crack. What are these called?
And I think they're just Google Easter eggs.
Is that what they are?
Yeah. Google Easter eggs
Crazy.
list. It's like the complete Google Easter egg list will make you go whoa.
I've just given you full
Oh,
credit for
Jesus,
the
like-
for the Wizard of Oz because I couldn't
Silly.
remember whether it was you or Daisy who were telling me about it.
It was me. Yep.
We're now in a whole what's it called? Rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole.
We're in a rabbit hole
hole.
of Google Easter eggs.
There's,
there's-
Space.
there's actual videos on YouTube
Ah,
about it too.
I think it's Google Space that it was.
Wow.
What's that one? The answers to life, the universe, and everything.
That's Hitchhiker's Guide.
I mean, this is really good. This is good content for a live stream because we're all sitting here on
All
our
of us playing on our phones.
Yeah,
It's
or-
fascinating.
Well,
No one's
literally-
seeing what we see.
Kathy and Savage Scientist hadn't seen the Wizard of Oz thing, and I hadn't seen the Thanos thing.
Oh,
The thing,
yeah, with the rings. Yeah, that thing changes. Yep. Disappears.
yeah, everything just like fades out.
Yeah.
That's-
Do you know who? If you ever really want to know that stuff, ask Sydney. Sydney's the one that comes home and shows me all that stuff.
ASKEW. That's a new one on me. ASKEW.
Oh, hello.
That's actually quite funny. So just Google ASKEW.
Alright.
ASK
EW.
AEW.
Ask you.
That's cute.
And I was like, why is my Google got all fucking wonky? And then it's like, not a straight or level position. That's brilliant.
Ah, that's clever.
That's actually really clever. Askew.
It means they have a personality.
John thought that was me farting again then. There must be.
What else they got?
I know this is flip a coin. I'm gonna try that one.
The Google logo history.
Oh, this is shit. Flip a coin. Don't bother with flip a coin.
There's a
Fun.
snake game, apparently.
Fun facts. Oh, random trivia questions by an Australian named Doug. You haven't been live on a Saturday. Oh, they said that they haven't been live, have they?
I haven't. No, I think last time was September sometime.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like before Nick and Dee went to the States. Because I try and do it before their stream. So if they're not on, I tend not to do it. So.
Oh, I tell you, talking about the completely off subject, I was watching John's interview at Vid Summit with Dean Nimmin. And he was talking about this guy who makes all these 3D, because John's like massively into his 3D printing. And there's this guy who makes all these 3D models. Oh my God. These things are just the most amazing creations you've ever seen. It's just unbelievable, the stuff that he can do with these 3D printers. What was his name? Lewis Harris? Wally Gator? I can't remember. It was a guy you were talking about with it, and people have offered to buy his sculptures and the things he's made, and he's like, nah, not selling them. But some of them were just out of this world. I was you're sitting there watching something, you're like, oh my God, I want one of them on my shelf. They'd done all sorts of he's just done all sorts of stuff, but he was just phenomenal. That reminds me as well, do you ever remember John, you'll remember a while ago I wanted a stand for my Stream Deck, and some guy from I think he was in Leeds in England somewhere, he got onto me and was like, oh yeah, I'll make you one. He printed it all out. Never heard a thing from him since. What have you changed?
What did I change?
Should put on a jumper or something.
No, I've had this on the whole time.
No.
Yeah, I've never heard a thing from him. I was like, and I messaged him as well, like, I'll pay you. How much do we owe you? And he was like, oh, I've been busy, I'll get it sent out to you. I think he must have the thing sitting there on a shelf somewhere, not knowing who it was for. Yeah, that Lewis Harris, he makes some amazing stuff. Mind-blowing. Literally mind-blowing things. It's just unbelievable how these 3D printers work. It fascinates me.
I used to watch 3D printing a couple of years ago when when they first started coming out. One of the guys I went to high school with, he started working for a 3D printing shop, and he would show some of the stuff that they were 3D printing, and I was like, it'd be like an hour of watching this thing come together, and I'm like, what in the world? And then
What did I just watch?
Yeah, and then I watched somebody 3D print an actual handgun that worked.
Oh, I've
like,
seen that one.
That was wild. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
I seen that one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, some of them said this guy, Lewis Harris.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, some of the stuff he does is just, it literally is just mind blowing. It's like the detail in this stuff is just wow.
So 3D Plastic says, may I ask a question regarding FTC? Go ahead. I don't know if we can answer
No.
them, but
No,
shoot.
you may not. You may not.
Right.
How dare
I've-
you ask a question?
I've always
Questions?
well, I won't say always, but since I've done the van channel, I've always I've wanted someone to 3D print the van. I want
the van.
I want a model of Agnes, like 3D printed. I don't even know if anyone could do it or how they'd fucking. I don't know how it. Surely it could be done. I mean, fucking hell, they can make eyeballs that work.
Anything can be done if you put your mind to it.
They're just.
My dad always says, you can do anything. My dad always says that.
Well,
He's got to want it bad enough.
we got
Well,
ourselves on the
You
fucking
can do
moon.
you can do anything you want except for breathe in space. Unaided.
Breathe in space.
Breathing in space unaided.
Okay. Good times, Beanie. Good times.
You been fucking taking drugs?
All right.
I'm
I
prepared.
was going too literal.
I am preparing a sculpture Crash Bandicoot for like 6 months. If I publish, it will only go into the trash. No. What do you mean by publishing? No, it won't go into the
Because
Yeah, why would it?
but Crash Bandicoot is a character from a video game. With that being said, he's from
That's what it is.
a video game from like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like I don't think of Crash Bandicoot as a kids game now. I don't even think my kids would even know who they are. I
It-
can
Crash
ask them.
Bandicoot?
It
Yeah,
will- it
Actually,
exactly.
Crash Bandicoot, they actually re-released the games like this last year.
But it would
Let
be
me-
more classed as retro, wouldn't it? I mean, you fucking released
Yeah.
Pac-Man enough times.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a little speaker call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that
Sydney,
there's any
Yeah.
issue with that.
do you know who Crash Bandicoot is?
Yeah.
What is Crash Bandicoot?
It's a game.
Okay. All right. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, it's like a popular game actually.
All right, 3D Plastic, you're screwed. Thank you, Sydney.
No, I think it's fine. I don't think there's any issue with that. What's the issue?
It's because kids would be watching the content.
let's try another
It
Yeah.
doesn't
one.
matter
I
if
think
kids
it-
are
I think
watching.
it's
Is it
the same.
targeted at kids? What is the purpose of the video?
Do you know Crash
Like,
Bandicoot is?
Hey, is it about?
But it's a
is it about
kid's
the character,
toy.
or is it about,
Who's
or is it
Crash
about
Bandicoot?
The 3D plastic.
Crash
is it about the
Bandicoot is
process
a
of
little
making
like raccoon video game.
it? Yeah.
See, your other
We're
daughter knows
all
who
doing
it
our
is.
FaceTiming stuff now.
Yep.
Who can I FaceTime?
I'm pretty sure Sunny doesn't know what it is, but it's a video game. It's a
See?
whole video
That's
game.
my other kid. he called Ari.
Do you know what Crash Bandicoot is? What is it?
See, and then now they're both in the kitchen.
Thank you.
There you go.
Even Sunny said it's a video game. Crash Bandicoot's a video game.
Yeah.
You still got to think about context though. Like
I
the video
just, I
itself.
thought you're right. You're
Yeah, but
rigging-
here's
is
the
about
thing.
what?
It specifically says if you did you watch the video that's in your studio right now that came from
The
YouTube?
YouTube one. Yep.
All right, so
I
it
watched it
says
this morning.
specific. Yeah, it says specifically. First of all, is it aimed for kids? I'm like, no, it's not aimed for kids. Secondly of all, is like, is it a toy for kids? Crash Bandicoot is a toy, but it
It's not a
is
toy though.
it's a character. It's a kid's character. It's a kid's character. Then that's the third thing is. The third thing is it a does it have children in it in the video? So like several of my videos had my
Yeah.
kids in there. So I took
Yeah.
those and put those in there in the like has kids in it, you know?
Yeah.
Neil,
What?
I was just thinking then, Neil, what you should do is you should call up a random petrol station and ask them if they know who Crash Bandicoot is.
That's a fucking brilliant idea.
Does anybody have Crash Bandicoot sitting on their shelf like a game? And I want to know what the rating is on it. Like, because there's different versions of Crash. There's not more than one game, so. But the whole genre
Oh,
should be
run it
roughly
through
the
AI. I
same.
wonder what it would say if you did like
Yeah,
a
like what-
thumbnail.
Yeah, like what's the rating on the game? Is it PG? Is it rated R, or what is
it's
it?
rated for all
I doubt it's
audiences.
rated R, but
No, it's G. That's
it's probably for general audiences. Yeah.
Yeah, it's G. It's just like.
Well, okay, so in this case, you've got a video about creating this character in 3D. So the video is about that process. There's probably not going to be any kids in the video, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it just comes down to whether the character does the character in itself override the fact that the video isn't actually specifically marketed at children.
But just remember this: if the FTC goes, that video looks like it's directed to kids, doesn't matter what any of us think, they can go, no, we disagree with you. We're slapping you with a $43,000 fine for this video. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your YouTube thinks, doesn't matter what Nick Nimmin thinks, doesn't matter what anyone thinks about the definition. It only matters what the FTC think.
Okay, so in America it's rated teen, whatever that is. We don't have those ratings in Australia.
And the problem is the FTC haven't made it specifically clear what they think is like, dinosaurs are fine. This isn't fine because this is specifically for kids. No, they're just like going, you have to make up your own mind. We'll just decide if we're going to fine you later or not.
I'm wondering how it's going to affect, say, if you're... I know if you have an audience in the US, but how do they? If I'm a creator in Australia, for example, and I put out I misrepresent my video in some way.
Well, as the FTC
how are they
said
actually
in
going
that,
to be able to enforce the fine on me?
Well, they got your
That's
phone
an
number.
interesting question because that hasn't been answered.
T means teen, 13 and older. T means 10.
Yeah.
Hello, we are not available now. Please.
I love that they have
You're reading.
British accents over the microphone. They're like, hello.
Hello.
We are not
Well, they are
available
British.
now. I know, but it's just
Fair
like,
enough.
it's so funny to me because I'm not used to that. And I love the way their phones ring too. It's like, prank calling again.
The line.
My audience is 13 to 17. But how much is under 13? Actually, they technically don't have any statistics for under 13.
But that's actually, I was actually
Because you
thinking
can't
about
be
that
on
the
the
other.
platform if you're under 13.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day though, about the audience demographic, where my 13 to 17 is like 1%. So like if they go, oh, this video is directed at kids, I'll just show them my audience.
Hi, hello?
Hello, yeah?
Is that the Shell?
Yeah?
At the Shell petrol station?
Yeah?
Hi, I'm just wondering if you know who Crash Bandicoot is?
Oh, Crash?
Yes, Crash Bandicoot?
What you mean?
Do you know who he is?
No?
You don't know who Crash Bandicoot is?
No?
You're live on Key 103, Manchester's unique radio station. Hello? Oh, he's hung up. Well, see, he didn't know. I mean, we can try another one.
Oh, you're gonna make Doug pee himself. Don't. He's dying here. He's
Do you remember the petrol in the...
That's funny. I think it was funny because I didn't expect it.
Hello, your call cannot be taken at the moment.
Fucking arsehole.
Do they have an answering machine so they can just go, fucking asshole?
It must have been Neil trying to ring me before when my video was cutting out, so I kept getting phone calls.
Hi, I was in your petrol station about 45 minutes ago. I've put the wrong fuel in the vehicle.
Okay.
I've taken the fuel out and I've put it in a carrier bag. Can I bring it back in, please?
No.
But no.
No.
But there's a 7-day returns policy on all goods bought in the UK.
You must be joking.
No, I'm deadly serious.
This must be a joke.
Not at all, sir.
40 minutes ago, yeah?
Round about 40 minutes ago, about £10 worth of petrol in the vehicle, and it's actually a diesel vehicle. I got halfway home and it started smoking white, so I was recommended to take out the fuel.
There's no transaction 40 minutes ago for £10.
I mean, it's in a carrier bag. Can I return it? It's still in its original content.
No, you can't return it.
Well, what? It's a defective goods, sir.
Well, you can speak to the show then. You can speak to the manager.
Would you have the manager's name? That I find is very.
Well, you can come in now. We can discuss that, but not on the phone.
Well, can I come in now with the carrier? I mean, I have the fuel in a carrier bag.
No, you can't bring the fuel in a carrier bag.
I mean, I can double bag it if that helps. I mean, I will assure you that it does not leak.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to speak on this anymore, and if you want to say anything, you're welcome to come in the morning and speak to the manager. Thank you.
Should have asked if you put it in a paper bag instead.
So rude. So rude.
I was laughing so hard.
I remember mention paper bag instead. Oh dear.
Hello?
Hey, mate.
Hi, I was in your petrol station about 30 minutes ago. I seem to have left a small gnome at the side of the petrol pump.
Sorry?
I was in your petrol station about 30 minutes ago. I was putting petrol in my vehicle, and I had a small gnome with me. I left him at the side of the petrol pump. His name's.
Have you left anything in the petrol station?
He was left at the side of the petrol pump. He wanted to watch me put fuel in the vehicle. His name is Trevor. I'm just wondering, is he still there? He's only small. He's a small gnome. He won't have gone far.
Oh man.
Please help me with this, sir. He's a very, very dear heirloom to my family.
Is your kid?
No, he's a gnome, sir. He's a statue.
Statue?
Yes, he's in the garden gnome. Are you paying attention, sir? I did specifically say a few times.
I don't understand what you mean. I don't understand seriously.
See, this is very perplexing on my behalf. Trevor is.
Just can you stay 1 second because I have one customer.
Okay, sir. Oh, I shall wait here for you, sir.
You don't understand English.
He understood very well.
You're confused by the gnome.
He's well fucking confused here. I think I should change accent now. Change accent.
Do you like Scottish or Irish?
No, he's serving somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what I was saying was I came in about it was about 30 minutes ago, and I left a small gnome at the side. He's only a small gnome. I left him right at the side of the petrol station there, on your forecourt. Is there any ways you could help me get him back?
Which vehicle do you have?
Sorry, say again.
Which vehicle do you have?
Which what? Sorry, which
car you have? Which car?
I was in a Vectra. It was a blue Vectra.
Blue Vectra.
I was in there about 30 minutes ago. It wasn't long ago. Like, you know, you surely must have remembered me.
It's just blue. Like, what is it? Astra? Vauxhall Astra.
Yeah, it's a Vauxhall Astra.
Astra, the blue one.
Yeah.
Which pump is it?
I was on. I'm sure I was on about pump 3. It could have possibly been pump 2.
So you left you left something on the pump 3.
Yes, I left a small gnome. His name is Trevor. He won't go far. He can't. I mean, technically, he can't walk. I mean, he's only a few inches tall.
He's a statue.
Yes, he's a wee statue.
So you left the statue on pump 3.
Oh, yeah, he was in the car with me, and I got out to put petrol in the vehicle. And you see, what happened was he wanted to come and watch me put the petrol in. Can you believe that? All of a sudden, I was stuck him by the side of the petrol pump, and I went and left him there.
So you mean you left something in the petrol station in the forecourt?
Yes,
you see something wrong in the forecourt, or you left something in the
I left some at the side of the pump. He was there. I've only been gone about 30 minutes.
But there is nothing, nothing.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen when I get home, because I'll tell you this: that the wife's going to be furious with me. Now she's going to kick up rat stink, and she's going to say to me, "Jon Snow, you know nothing."
If you want to complain anything, you can contact.
Oh,
the
no, don't go down them lines, son. What I'm saying, I'm not complaining. I'm just
listen. Can you call later, please?
I'm really upset right now.
Can you call later, please?
Do you have
I have a customer.
Do you have CCTV in your establishment?
No, if you want to CCTV.
Or just
12 o'clock in the morning.
12 o'clock. Also, another thing as well is the fuel that I put in the car. It's the wrong fuel. Can I bring it back?
Do you want to bring it back, the fuel?
Yes, I've taken it out of the car and I've put it into it's a milk carton.
Sorry, mate.
Fucking hell, it took him long enough to get us that, didn't it?
He was trying to be nice to you because he was like, "Oh, he lost his little ceramic nose."
But it's like, how many accents?
I know. I know.
I even tried to go into fucking New Zealand for a minute, and I was like, no, you don't even attempt a New Zealand. Oh dear. I think that's a good enough time to say, but nice, isn't it? Really, it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that, my friend, I think that is it.
Freaking no.
Cheerio, friends.
I just wish we could get some of these numbers off scam callers and phone them.
Yeah.
I really do.
One of my favorite channels to watch on YouTube is this guy who he calls Indian call centers that scam people. And he he does like the IRS, and then he has like this fake computer. So he'll call like the fake IT department of Microsoft Windows or whatever, and then he's like the stuff that they do to try to like add crap to your computer, make it think that it's sick, and then just to get money out of you, and they're like, "We have your computer now. You owe us $500, and we're not gonna release your computer unless." He's like, "You don't have anything. This is a virtual computer. You have nothing." So then he's like, "Look, I can get into your pictures. I can get into your pictures." So the next time he did one of these, he had all these pictures of like just like vomit. Just vomit on the street, just like piles of vomit. So when I clicked on the pictures, there used to be piles of vomit. It's funny.
I'd love to know how they get into these computers as well. They're trying to get into yours.
Well, they ask this first thing they do is they say, "Can we do a virtual assistant on your computer so we can get rid of all the viruses you have on there?" And then they'll say, and then of course most people say, "Yeah, sure." So they start plugging in their coding to basically take over your whole entire machine where you can't even like move your mouse or anything. But like I said, this guy knows what he's doing, so it's not even a real computer, it's a virtual computer. So they think they're getting into something, but it's not. There's nothing there. He even has a fake bank account, and then he has like fake money in there, and like it will say like, their checking account has 40,000, their savings account has 250,000, and then when they're like, "You owe us $500," she's like, "But I don't have any money. I'm on a fixed income." And they're like, "We see how much money you have. We see that."
It's just.
Like, but I need to pay my bills, and that's for my grandkids.
It for me, the clever bit is how they turn it on them. How they're trying to get into you, but you get into them and block them out of their machine.
Yeah,
That's like.
I've seen some of those happen
that. See, now that type of shit makes me wish I'd have learned computer science in school.
Be right back.
Right, while she's gone, we'll end the stream.
Cheerio.
So she'll come back to nobody. In fact, if we all just turn our webcams off and put ourselves on mute, see what she does. As soon as she comes in and sits down, just mute yourself and just see what she needs a poo. She probably does. It might actually backfire on us because Eddie might be sitting there watching it and she's like, "Damn fuckers."
It's really dark here without the camera on.
It's only in your mind, not though, Doug. You're right.
I'm alone and I'm so scared.
It's a bummer. Good night, everybody. So sad. Why is everyone putting 1, 11, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, 11, 11, 11? Good night, everybody. I'm a lone survivor.
Would we leave you like that?
I was gonna just sit there and talk for a while. I was gonna talk to Savage Scientist.
I don't even know why. I don't even know why Savage says to put ones in, but it just looked good. It just.
What I was just thinking though is, you know how with Markiplier, how they're like they're deleting accounts because of the spam. Savage Scientists might want to be careful of doing that.
Oh yeah, but not in chat like that. Not like that.
But it's not emoji, so it's okay.
Yeah, hey, yeah. For some reason, you can put as many numbers as you want, but emojis, boy, forget that. That's
eggplant emoji.
Yeah.
I've just realised I'm not.
Eggplants.
I'm the only non-mod on this stream. There we go. Banned.
You're gonna ban yourself?
Backhand.
I can ban you. Put a time out. I'll put you in a time. Was it Scammer Revolts? No, it is. His name is. It begins with a K.
He's on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's okay.
Hold on, let me look at my notifications.
I think my lunch break is well and truly over at this point.
Who cares?
I've just been sitting here the whole time.
That's all right. I won't tell it. It's Kitboga, and he does it all in all these. He changes his voice. So he has like this filter on his microphone.
Yeah.
So sometimes he sounds like an old lady. Sometimes he sounds like a valley girl. Like he'll be just sitting there and be like, "I can't get in my computer, and I'm just trying to get these proper filters on Instagram, and I can't get it to work right."
What?
No, with a B. Kitboga.
I've just tried to type that in and some fuckers blocked me.
Kitboga. I'll try joining next time. Good night. Good night, Kathy Fit.
Well, we're all going now anyway, Kath, so.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, kids.
So
Sweet
good.
kangaroo dreams.
Good night to John. Good night to Kathy.
Sweet English tea dreams.
Good night to Savage Scientist. I don't know who else is left in here. They can't.
You do it. You do it.
Hopefully YouTube doesn't burn.
Do you know the only thing that never come up on that can then Doug was the actual Pepsi logo, the actual name. Just hold the Pepsi can up again.
Oh, that one came in.
Oh, that one came. Hold it over to your left. When
Oh, there it disappears.
Disappears.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, 3D fantasy. Someone mod 3D. Oh, you can't, can you? I've got to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm on the wrong. I'm on the band account now.
Oh, I can't. I can't mod them.
Should I time him out then?
No.
Punishment for not being moderator.
No.
Right. I shall
Good
go.
night, kids.
Goodbye, everybody.
Cheerio.
It's been enlightening.
It's been real and it's been fun and it's been real fun.
Oh.
Tutty bye. Tutty bye.